going live on YouTube.
Got it. Okay.
All right. All right. Let me get this. Let me make sure we're going here.
Well, I got a real quick one for you, Ian. If Ken, I know, runs FT8 while the show's on, at the moment on 10 meters, there's 2 or 3 Japanese stations coming in on 10 meters.
Oh, I'm not seeing them. I don't.
On FT8.
I might already have them though.
Yeah, there's nobody calling CQ. You got to do the double click on them.
All right. Well, I just set mine to where it'll see everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. We're now on YouTube Live, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Southwest Florida TechNet, and we are live tonight. I'm in North Fort Myers, and we've got people here from all around, and we've got some more joining. There's Joseph. He's up in what is it, Alabama? And we've got, we might have somebody joining later from Texas too. We're going to hopefully make a lot of contacts tonight. What I want to try to do is put some stuff in our logbooks tonight. We've talked about this. We kind of dabbled with it, but we never actually did it. And so what I'm going to do tonight, we're going to start at 10 meters, and we're going to work our way down to 80 meters. We're only going to use upper sideband on FT4 and FT8 at first. And then after we get done with that, I want to see if there's anybody that's able to try to do a quick FT8 contact on FM using 2 meter or 440. So that might be kind of cool. If you guys have a radio, a Shack in the Box, or a radio that's hooked up to your computer that can do that. Maybe you've got a WinLink radio that does that. If there's anybody that can try that, I have the ability to do that with you if you're here in the local area. Then after that, we're going to also try, I'm going to monitor some sideband and see if we can hear each other on sideband. I thought this would be a cool night. This was actually a suggestion made by 3 or 4 different people over the last 6 months. Why don't you have an operating night where everybody just operates and we all talk about operating and we share our different screens and show each other what we're doing, and see if we can contact and put all of us in our own logbooks. I mean, I'd love to get all of you guys on.
Is that over what you were listening to?
I'd like to get all of you guys on FT8. I'm on 10 right now, and I do see. Let's see, New Mexico, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, Mexico is what I'm seeing coming up right now. But we're on 10, so we're going to try in just a few minutes here. I'm on 10 now. I'm going to see who I can hear, and I'm going to see if I can make contact with as many people as we can.
Do you see the POTA station, K7CAR, 1568?
Yeah, I see them. I didn't click on them because I already had them. But that doesn't mean when they're POTA, I'll hit them again because they're at a new activation. Even though I don't need them, I do it for them. Yeah. So here I'll show you this. What I'm looking at here. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I got to do something here first. Chrome remote desktop.
I can't load up on 10, but I'm here for the other bands.
Okay, yeah, we'll be moving along pretty quick. Let's see here. All right, I'm dialing in. Am I sharing? I don't think I'm sharing yet. Let's do that. All right. Why it puts that over there every time? It's like, why do you do that?
I do have a quick question though. How is it that sometimes an FT8 doesn't complete where you get the confirmation screen?
Try changing your transmit frequency. Because you know, if you think of it as 3 pencils, your one pencil, 4 inches away is another pencil, which is the station you're talking to. 4 inches the other side of that station is another station on the same frequency. You can't hear him, but the station you're trying to do can hear him.
But,
so if you change your transmit frequency,
I am getting the transaction and the red bars and everything. It goes back and forth, but it doesn't complete.
Yeah, that's a common thing. Well, the other thing is that the bands do drop out. But
Okay.
it shouldn't happen below kind of like 14 or 15. It may happen above minus 15 on the signal strength. But for me, it usually works if I change the transmit frequency. And that's, you know, if we're seeing Ian's FT8 waterfall, you can see he's transmitting 15, 16, 17. He's like 1850, 1870 or something. He's transmitting, but you could move that to a clearer spot, probably 1200.
I'll
Okay,
be
you're
honest
saying
with you guys,
move the red staple or whatever that's called.
Yeah, use the staple over
No,
to
I do that. I frequently do that and put it in a place that's clear. I just wondered if it was something in the setup or something that it wasn't completing.
No, unfortunately, it's the same thing. You know, although we're talking, you know, small signal, weak signal, low signal, whatever you want to call it, we're also in the situation where we can see him and somebody else can, and if they're stronger, you get the same thing. You get people block you. It could be just a hertz or two off to one side, and he can't dig you through. You got an VK6 there.
I know that's an Aussie station. I'm trying to get it.
Well, I got to go back to mine. I can't see that.
I
What's that
only
on
got
10
him.
meters?
I only got him once. I've stabbed him 4 times, so I'm going to back off.
That's on
I
10
got my
meters.
watchdog set for 4. If I want more than that, I'll hit it again.
Well, that's cool. I can't see him.
Or does that mean 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes, 4 cycles. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm set to, or 3 minutes.
I also, because every now and then my radio loses connection with the computer in the middle of a transmit cycle because of RF, and it sticks on transmit. So it scares me when it does that, because I'm like, what if I wasn't like watching, you know? So I set my timeout timer on my radio for 1 minute. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but
I've had that happen too, and I think I'm getting RF back into the shack, and I need to buy some chokes or whatever.
I've already put a bunch of chokes. I'm going to tinfoil next.
Yeah, you need to get rid of that.
Yeah, but you can literally take tinfoil and wrap it all around the outside, and then ground that tinfoil, and that'll eliminate a lot of your RF. And I've had that suggestion made that if the chokes aren't enough, or maybe it's just I'm in a Faraday cage here, and everything's trapped inside here. And although the outer part of this is all metal, but it's grounded, but still the problem is if it gets out in here, it just messes up everything. On certain bands, if I go up over 50 watts, all my peripherals on my computer start blinking out. And I know that's just RF in the shack again. So.
And you used to have a lot more hair when we started this TechNet.
Yes, I did. I think that's all. That's definitely all the RF. No, actually, that's dealing with local clubs. No, I'm kidding. Well, in one case, I'm not. But anyway, let's see here. I don't see anybody. Is anybody calling? You want me to call and see if anybody can hear me? Let me call out here some CQ. It started right in the middle, so let's give it a cycle here. All right, is anybody on 10? Rick, why don't you while we're watching my 10 come in here, why don't you tell us how it's going with the hex beam? You're muted, dude.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay, hex beam's been going real good. I got on, of course, I just did SSTs today and contacted stations all over the place in the Midwest, and cut the power back. I usually run about 50, 60 watts, and I cut it back to about 25, and was easily able to contact some of the stations I had contacted before with a third of the power. So we're doing pretty good. Now let's see. I also contacted some friends of mine up in Atlanta. They were doing a centennial celebration for WSB radio, and so yeah, that looks familiar. there's the moon and everything. I don't need. Yep, that's it. They were doing a centennial celebration for WSB Radio, and I
My
was
wife
able
and the
to
cat.
make contacts with them, and so I got a QSL card on the way for that. Yep, that's what it looks like. Oh, it's been turned a few times since then, but still, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I can see it on the radio, but that's what it looks like.
And since it has a rotor, I suspect it's directional, right?
Yeah, I would say it is. I hope so. After going all that trouble and expense, I certainly hope it is directional. That was
There's all kinds of thoughts on exactly how many dBs a gain, but it is set up like a 2-element Yagi basically, and so you do get. I think you might double your gain at best.
yeah.
But yeah, it's anytime you can eliminate this and bring in more of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I imagine the amount of noise I got rid of,
Yeah.
I thought was pretty impressive. Because usually I would pick up, I mean, it's not too bad up on 20 meters, but it was just as quiet as could be today when I got on and did the SSD stuff. So, made a whole bunch of CW contacts doing that. I was strictly on 20 meters and did fine with it.
All right.
So I'm quite happy with it.
That's very nice. I went over and helped him pull it up, and a neighbor too, which was probably stronger than both of us combined.
Yeah.
But we did finally get this thing up, and it swung right up there, and
Yep.
he's got it all guyed off, and it's in good shape. It looks good. You could probably, if you probably looked really hard, you could pick it out from the midpoint.
You might be able to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't driven back over that. I might this, well, not this weekend, but
Well,
yeah.
if you went over that bridge, you'd be going to the Cape, and who goes to the Cape? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so is there anybody on 10 that's trying to hear me or get me at this point? Okay, I didn't know that nobody was trying, or I probably wouldn't have said.
Well, I'm listening to 10, but I
You
can't.
don't see me? You don't see me, huh?
No.
Okay, yeah. Well, 10's dead right now. I mean, it's dying out. So.
Well, I've got quite a few contacts up here on 10.
Yeah, well,
But they're all 14. I'm trying to work out where they are. WD. They're all kind of. Yeah, everything I've got is Colorado-ish. One in Utah and one in Kansas.
It's pretty quiet. I've been listening to the
Yeah, that's on 10 meters. That's where my little kind of hot spot at the moment is: Utah, Colorado, and Kansas. All in the Delta squares. I haven't got anything coming in from anywhere else. So, all right, where do you want to go?
Well,
12?
Mine's quit, so I got to reboot the whole computer now. It's the RF in the shack, so I'm gonna have to.
oh, you have it on a different computer.
Oh, evening, Joseph.
Hey,
All right. Well, anyway. All right. Well, Joseph, what's going on with you, buddy?
not a whole lot. Just hanging out here. Not really doing much. I did find some very bad sources of interference in my shack though the other day, so I'm kind of enjoying the nice low noise floor.
Nice.
what was,
Was
the
it a
problem?
wall mall?
It was a Chinese power over Ethernet injector and an IP camera.
Oh.
So whenever I want to do HF stuff, I just unplug it, and then the noise floor goes down like 3 or 4 decibels. It affects it all the way up into VHF.
Wow.
Like the S meter on all my radios, VHF, UHF, HF, they all go up by like 2 or 3 S units when that thing's plugged in.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a little ghost meter thing that I got that detects, electromagnetic fields. And it's amazing when you go around and check all the stuff in your house, what's putting out an electromagnetic field. Um, Surprisingly, do you know the one thing I found that put out the large when I was doing I did ghost hunting, you guys know, for a long time.
Yeah.
One of the things I found in a home that puts out the highest EMF field, and you don't see them much anymore. Remember the old orange clock that had the slow moving second hand that would move smoothly around? And it was
Oh,
like a little mechanical clock, and it usually had an orange lit up orange face. They were everywhere in the 70s and the 80s. Those things put out a huge electromagnetic field. I had 3 clients during my time that we got rid of that clock and their bad dreams went away. And also, they didn't see ghosts anymore. What we were finding out was a lot of people were their brain was exposed to an electromagnetic field while they were sleeping. We had one we did. This family called us in because this ghost kept visiting their son at a certain time of night, and so they moved his room, and it quit happening. And then they made that into a guest room, and then the guests came, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, the guests saw a ghost in the bedroom. It was the craziest thing in the world. Come to find out, at 2 o'clock in the morning, the pool pump would come on, which had really bad windings right outside that wall. It was hanging on that wall, and 1 foot away inside.
sorry.
Joseph was just attacked by a bird or something.
Yeah, there's a big old bug.
But yeah, anyway, it looked
Jeez,
like
You got a kamikaze cockroach in there.
Yeah.
see it on the wall back there.
so no matter who was sleeping in this bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, they'd wake up and see a ghost. And it was because their head was being irradiated by an electromagnetic field. It doesn't
Well, let
destroy
me ask
tissue,
you this: did
but it
any of them get
scrambles eggs.
slimed?
No. I saw enough and experienced enough to be convinced that there's an intelligence beyond our corporeal life. I'm not convinced of who it is, what it is. Whatever it is tries very hard to convince us that it's our dead loved ones. So it may be, I'm not sure. But analytically looking at ghost hunting, I really hate the fact that science has shunned ghost hunting over the years because there's a real science to it. And I approached it. I wasn't a ghost hunter. I was a paranormal researcher. And I approached it from a standpoint of I understand that there's an intelligence here. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to start. I'm not going to hypothesize. I'm just going to go and try to make contact with it, regardless of what it is. And my research led me in a lot of different directions. And I'm convinced now that our energy is all linked and that there's communication beyond us and that there's living things beyond corporeal life. And it's so far vast and so complicated that we can't explain it. We're not supposed to. We're not supposed to understand it.
Yeah.
And so what I learned when I went looking for ghosts was what I found was that the universe is intelligent, the entire thing. It's all one big energy matrix. And it's all true. It's all cool.
The way things have gone here lately, I feel like saying, "Beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life on this planet."
Yeah,
It's
I know.
like that scene from Toy Story. That scene from Toy Story where Buzz stands on the bed and he says, "I've landed on a strange planet and there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere."
Yeah.
He must have landed in Washington.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
or Moscow.
That's where they congregate with a vengeance.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think there's one of those gates, the Stargate or something you have to go through to go into Washington, and it takes half your brain away,
Man, I love Stargate. That was such a good show.
Washington is an intellectual black
yeah.
hole.
I'll tell you what, if you guys are sci-fi fans and you never gave Stargate a chance, shame. That's literally the second best science fiction series ever made. Okay? 10 seasons of SG-1, 6 seasons, I think, of Pegasus, and then there was another 2 seasons, I think, of Universe. What a great watch, man. You could spend the next year binging that. All right, let's see here.
Okay, we on 12 meters now?
Go there.
Yeah, we can do. I was gonna just go to 15, but we can try
Well,
12.
12 meters, there's a bunch of Japanese stations, some calling CQ. I think I've got a pipeline into Japan from here. I don't know what's going on. But there's a Arizona station.
Did you move into a Japanese community maybe?
I don't know. There must be something going on because I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 calling CQ and a bunch working different stations. And there's one, JE1 NHF on 2314. I'm going to give him a shout because he's only minus 6.
Yeah, let's mute that. I don't think you guys want to hear that all night. How about we mute that tab?
4915.
I've lost him.
My tuning for 12 is almost the same as my tuning for 10. But it's all the way at the end of my wire.
Is JA
Yeah.
Japan?
Yep.
Yes. Anything with a J in front except, I don't know, whatever it is, the US Virgin Islands, they've got a J in front of them. So anything JA, JL, JR, JE, JH, JF.
I see a JA2 RGB
What's
at
that?
a minus 17.
Oh,
All
I
right.
want
And
them.
now replying to me is JA5 BEN on 837. He's actually replying to me now.
Yeah, I'm just monitoring. I can't transmit.
I'm trying to call a Japanese station as well, and he just finished up a QSO with somebody else.
That's meant to hit him.
JA5 JQR or JQH. I don't have any Japanese yet.
Oh, I just got 3 of them pop up.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, let me put my screen back on so you can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah, well, BEN.
And I'm only seeing stations that I have not made contact with yet.
Yeah.
I can turn this stuff off and I'll start seeing everybody. I also do a deep scan. This computer's able to handle it, so I do a deep scan. It gives me a few more. A lot of times they're weaker ones, but
Oh, you're on 15.
12.
No, but Ian's on 15.
oh yeah, I'm on 15. I forgot I was setting it for 15. Let me go back to 12.
Oh, I thought we were going to go down the.
Yeah. Look, I was running it like the government. I wasn't making any sense at all in anything I was doing. All right,
And charging
let me
double
tune
for
this.
it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna charge you double, and I'm gonna charge you again.
I like that purple background. I don't have that. I got.
Why did the camera freeze up?
Okay, this is a good one. There's a ZL3 RIK. He's minus 22, but he may be workable. He's on
Okay, I'm
2772.
I'm
That's
tuned.
that's New Zealand. ZL3 RIK.
Rick.
Well, they have no guns there, but at least amateur radio is still legal. Oh, there's Japan. There we go.
What, got JA5 JQH? He's just come up.
Oh, he's a minus
I'm
15
calling-
for me.
Minus
Calling
19 for me.
Come on.
Does that mean his signal stronger with me than with you?
Yeah, well, it's all to do with location, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm sorry, but everything's directional. I know that when I move my wire around, it changes a little bit. I also, even if I just switch which side is the driven element and which side is the ground side, just by switching that, I move my attenuation just a little bit. It's kind of weird, but even a wire antenna is somewhat directional.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have no control over it. It just is.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
goodness,
New
look at
Zealand
all-
guy's calling me back.
Look at all this.
CL3RIK. He's given me 17, minus 17. I've given him minus 13. So we should be able to complete. Can you not see him? He's on 2773.
Yeah. I have a hard time with 12. Let me see if I can get this tuned a little better when it comes back up again. I'm on a manual tuner, and my tuner doesn't mind 10 now, but it doesn't really
Yeah.
like 12.
Got him. So that's a new country for me on 12 meters. Right, let's see what else we can get. There's
So y'all are on 20 meters right now?
no 12.
12 meters, okay.
24 megahertz. Almost
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, 24.915.
0.915.
Somebody's playing their sound.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Yeah.
That's better.
It sounds like a bunch of droning when you just listen to the sound.
Sounds like a bunch of drunk old hags down at the beach.
Well, I mean, probably Joseph knows this. Changing the subject completely. I was listening to a couple of guys on the net the other day, and they were talking about using C4 FM simplex. I didn't realise you could do that.
What is C4 FM exactly?
That's Yaesu Fusion.
Oh, well, yeah, of course you can do that. You can do it with ICOM D Star and DMR as well.
Okay. Put me in my place, doesn't it?
Well, it's understandable to think that because usually it's an on repeater and it's
Yeah, I thought
goes
it was
over the network and everything.
Yeah.
I hear they're doing DMR and all the digital modes over HF back and forth to each other.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused about that because isn't the bandwidth a
Yeah.
lot wider?
Yeah,
Seems like DMR would be way too wide for that, but
Yeah.
maybe not.
Unless they've got, like, they use narrow FM. But even narrow FM is, what, 12 kilohertz or something? I don't know. I don't quite see the point of it, to be honest, but... So that'd be
It
cool.
might be kind
something.
of interesting.
We could try that one night, Fusion. I've got a couple of
we'd have to
Fusion
get-
rigs. I've never tried it.
I don't know if any of us have Fusion besides you.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from the proprietary stuff. There's so many modes out there that
I
I
know.
shouldn't have to pay for one. It's like that Vara FM. Oh, look, you can send it quicker. So what? My radio can send it. It doesn't matter if I send it quicker. I really don't care.
There's a loud Japanese guy.
I am not able to tune to this. I'm going to try one more time here.
Okay, JA1 ACA is a -3 with me. And he's on 1398. 1398, yeah. And somebody's jumped on top of my transmit frequency. Yeah, he's loud. I should be able to work him. But I got the New Zealand guy.
This sucks so bad.
So do you move your transmitter to clear to, where there's activity, or
No, I move it to where there's no activity.
but nearby?
No, just anywhere in the
Okay.
few hertz that we get.
I'm trying to get JH6 FTJ.
I just got him. JH1 ACA has just got back to me. And
I haven't
he's
heard
on-
any of you guys so far.
No, I can't. I can hear. I've just worked New Zealand and Japan, but I can't hear hardly any US stations. Delta Mike 79 is the only US station. That's the square. the DM79. I'm not quite sure where that is. That's out Colorado probably. But I've got a bunch of Japanese guys.
All right, I'm gonna try this. I think it's good enough. It's about a 2 SWR.
Man, I tell you though, on 24 megahertz, I have like a 0 noise floor.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Mine's not too bad.
You got an
either.
antenna plugged in, haven't you?
Yes. I am decoding stations.
But the waterfall's pretty weak, right?
No, it's pretty good.
Well, there's a signal.
Oh, yeah, mine's not. I got a few good stations, but I got quite a lot of pretty weak ones. But in my experience, if you can see something, you stand a good chance. Because I think seeing something for me is about -22, but I can still receive and get signal strength of -24, but I can't work anybody at -24. At least I'm pretty sure I can't.
Well, there's a JH station that came up in British Columbia, Canada.
JH1ACA?
Oh, wait a minute. No,
No, he's in Papa Mike
what's
95.
going on? Oh, that's right. I've got this thing unchecked. I hate that. I'm not used to using it in this mode.
There's one in QM05. That will be a good one. He's -18. That's in Quebec Mike 05. That's JS1 MRA. I'm giving him a shout.
Yeah, I'm going to put it back in CQ only. I cannot stand when I see all them other people in here that are not calling CQ.
But that's where all the good ones are.
I've made 13,000 contacts doing it this way.
Yeah, imagine how many you could have done if you'd have been working the people you can't see. I'll tell you what, you look at mine. Let me share for a second. Hang on, I've got to find it now.
I don't know. I don't know how it's kind of weird for me too. It's like I'm sitting here, people start calling me and I'm not even calling CQ. And a lot of times I don't know.
Can you see mine now? Look at all these JA stations. There's one there. Look, oh, I've just worked him. That was JH. That's -4. I tend to look here first. So I see like a -14. I look, that's a UA. I don't know where that is. But the Japanese one there, -16, -15, JH7, BKN. Am I working anybody at the moment? I was trying I'll try him. No, he's actually working somebody, but see, you can see all those guys, and I've got no CQs. I've got one from England, from Delta Mike 79, it's probably Colorado, but all those, and look how many Japanese stations they are. Oh, oh look, there's China. Let me see if I can get China.
So you wait till 73 appears?
No, you should, but I don't. You should. Well, I mean, China, there's another Chinese one. So, anything B is China. So we got BG, oh, same guy. Yeah, that's BG2 AUE. Somebody looks him up on QRC. He's -15, so he's workable, but I bet you there's a ton of people calling him. You know? So I'm calling him there. Oh, no, the other guy, the Japanese guy I was calling, has come back to me. So this is where you can work too. I've called that guy once. This Japanese guy has come back to me. So I'm going to do one return to him on this, and then I'll flick back.
Wait, you hit 3 there? It's behind that screen. My screen, I can't see.
Hit 3.
I don't understand this multiple transmit thing. I've tried it 2 or 3 times and it doesn't do anything but just hang up on the one guy and call the other guy.
Yeah, and then you can go back again afterwards.
But it doesn't actually transmit 2 different things at one time.
No, but you split it in the middle of the transmit time, the 15 seconds. You do 7.5 to one and 7.5 to the other.
Now, don't even know how that would work.
Well, he just said,
I'll demonstrate it to you now. You see, I've got the two. You've got to keep an eye. Oh, this has buggered me up now because I can't.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah, I can.
to send that whole string at that bandwidth takes 13 seconds.
no, it doesn't.
No, it
There's
doesn't. It only
redundancy.
takes. Yeah, there's a ton of redundancy. That's why you can work up to 3 at the same time. You've got to be whizzy with the mouse, but you can. See, now in the middle there, I go back to the JS station. So I've just worked 2 stations in one call. I'm not getting any of them because the band's falling apart, but
But it still shows that it ends in a 5.
yeah. No,
But
that one ended in an 8.
you started it at 7.5.
Yeah, no, 8. You see,
Oh, you
the
started at 8.
third call up is an 8. Fourth one up, so it's 4-8. These are 1-5s. I'm stuck with the JS1 MRA because he's a Q something grid square. I don't think I've got that. Let me go and have a look. Yeah, he's QM grid square. I haven't got that. Anyway, I'm hijacking.
I'm calling CQ on 12 meters and not getting any response.
What's your call sign?
KO4 JFK.
I don't see it.
No, I don't see it.
What's a BG?
That's a
China. Holy
China.
crap.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think I've ever seen China before.
Well, we got that's what the guy I was calling BG2 AEU.
I'm gonna call him for a while and see if I can pick him up.
Oh, you good? You can see him. Yeah, hit him. He's just signed the 7-3, so now's a good time.
He just called again. He just called again. I'm hitting him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Papa November 35. I should better tell you where that is.
he's on the third road in Harbin, China.
Yeah. He's directly north of Korea.
Not the best place to live.
Oh, no, China's okay.
Oh my God, he's answering me back.
Well, there you go.
Woohoo!
That's
Yeah, and
that's
I can see you now. I can see you talking to him.
Holy
He's given
crap.
you a minus. He's given you minus 18. You've given him minus 12.
Well, I'm on my tippy toes and I'm waving.
Yeah. So I should be able to work you in a minute then, because I can see you working him.
This is a lot of fun. We should just do this once a month. You guys have no idea how much of a bitch it is for Joseph and I to come up with fresh content every week.
Well, there you go. And you were going to move off of 12 just now, and now you've just got a new country. You got all excited.
Well, and my SWR is at like 2.2, but I'm living with it, and so
Wow,
the
that's
radio.
plenty. You know.
And I got my air conditioner ducked straight into the side of the radio, so my core's at about 56 degrees right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm only running 80 watts. So I could wind it up a little bit.
Well, when I thought I blew my finals out, I went and read about the finals in this
Yeah,
radio.
he's come back to me now. He must have finished with you.
Oh, wow.
He's come back to me. Yeah, you've got an RR73, and I've got minus 7 and 18. No, minus 7 and 19. You had minus 12 and 18, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
I'll see if I can get him as well. I've got him so far. He's replied to me. That's cool. That's a new country for 12.
That's a new country for 12.
There you go. He's done. 7-3. I got him.
But
You should better see that.
Doesn't a screen pop up for you?
What screen? Oh yeah, it does, but it's outside of the. I'm just sharing this screen. I'm not sharing all the FT8 screens.
But if that doesn't pop up, it's not a completed QSO, right?
Yeah, it did pop up, but it popped up outside of the shared screen.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is sometimes I get what you just saw, but it doesn't pop up.
It's not complete then.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, what's going on.
But what I'll show you is my logbook. There's my logbook. That was the New Zealand guy I worked earlier. Now, if I update my logbook with what I've just worked, you'll see Miao Chang from China. And that's the same one at...
Cool.
I don't I don't know what HL stands for, but Myo.
Oh, that
gang.
stands for a hell of a long way away.
Yeah, okay. Can anyone else smell that? Okay, let me give you this back. Well, that was fun. Let's see what else we can get on 12.
Yeah.
So you got China and Japan, right?
Yep, I sure did.
Okay, there's VR. Where's VR? Victor Romeo.
You know, you really should. That WSJTZ that I'm using, it puts the mileage and the state right next to the person in the
Yeah, I
little
should do
window.
that.
I love that. It also, you can set it to auto log so that little screen doesn't pop up if you don't want it to. It'll log it for you straight away.
I wonder if I had that clicked. Where is that, Ian?
Do you have WSJTZ
No,
or X?
JTX.
Okay, there's a whole new program called WSJTZ, as in Zulu, ZZ, and you download that and install it, and it actually, you just load it, and it actually loads right over the one you have now and uses the same setup files. There's nothing to do; it just starts running.
Hey, Dave, VR's Hong Kong.
Oh, that's cool. I just stopped calling him. I started calling. Can you see me?
Yeah,
Ian,
I'm calling you back, buddy.
You are. That's right. You're giving me a
popped up.
minus 17. I've given you a minus 15. So after that, we'll go
I don't think you can see it, but I also gave you the finger.
No, it must have been digital.
There you go. There you are.
Oh, there's me. There you go.
What's up, dude?
Ah. Now I've lost my screen now because I don't know whether I've got you yet. No, it was still. Oh, I'm just coming to the cycle now. No, you're not responding to me. So where's VR? I've got to find that VR guy is still there.
Hold on, I'll yell a little louder.
Well, there's lots of stations.
That's at 92 watts. Let me see if that doesn't shut me down. Oh, you just answered me.
Yeah, I sent you 15. You sent me 17. Or you're still sending me minus 17. I sent you 15. But I want to work the Hong Kong guy.
Can you send me $50?
Yeah, you're done. We're done. 7-3. So now I'm going to try the VR guy.
All right.
So there you go. You got me in my book, in your book, and I got you in my logbook.
That's right. We just made our first contact on the net. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We're no longer virgins.
yeah. Who else is out there trying right now? Is Joseph or Rick or any of you guys trying us on 12?
I'm not doing 12 right now.
Okay. All right.
Remind me again how do I call you specifically?
Oh, underneath the frequency that's in black, where it says DX call, type the call sign in there. So type my call sign if you want, AC3AV, and then go across underneath the TX buttons, enable and halt. Underneath there it says generate standard message.
And then enable?
No, above, there's no enable for it. You just click on it, generate standard message. And then you need to click on the first next, and then enable TX.
You want to share your screen and show him?
Yeah.
I'm calling right now
Oh, did you get it? Okay, good.
at 1068.
No, I'm trying to call Japan, but they're not hearing me.
I'm trying.
So do you guys, if you see a station, do you move the green staple onto his?
No, that'll do that automatically.
Yeah, just ignore the green one. The red.
Yeah, the green one don't do anything with it. It's the red one that's important.
That's another thing with WSJTZ. It allows you to lock them together so that you can just click around and it moves the red one around for you. Instead of having to hit control every time to get it to move.
I want the red one to stay still, isn't? Because a lot
will.
of times it goes.
Okay, then you need to click where it says hold TX frequency.
No, I do, but I'm saying I want it to stay still. I don't want it to move around.
Yeah, I don't either. I always set my own receive or my own transmit frequency. I don't let them this thing do it for me. All right.
Oh,
Well, it doesn't look like Takasato in Nagata, Japan can hear me. I hope I said all that right.
I've called AC3AV 3 times now.
no, I can't see you. But that's not surprising because it looks like on 12 meters the skip is really long. But I did see Anne work Ian, but that could be ground plane. I'm very close to the water, and you're close to the water, aren't you, Ian?
Yeah.
Is it KO4 EFS?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna call you. Are you gonna call me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it'll make any difference because I'm not. Well, if you weren't calling CQ, I might not have seen you before.
I'm calling you right now at 1068.
Okay, at 1068.
See, I see someone transmitting on 10 right over.
Yeah,
right
10.
above 1,000.
That's right. 1064. There is a station. Move to like 1400. Transmit on 1400.
Yeah, that looks pretty clear here.
Oh, there's another Chinese guy come up.
Ooh.
BA7IO.
All right, I'm jumping on him.
Yeah, I'm me. I just jumped on him.
That's Guangdong Province in China.
It is?
You know what I've learned about pronouncing things? Act like you know what it sounds like.
Yeah, be up like a
no
politician.
idea.
Yeah, be
Right.
like a politician. Yeah.
I mean, you do it like Biden and kind of slur the last half of every word. But I like this is Wen Jun Yang in Hecking Road in Shanghai, Haigunzhou, China.
Yeah, does it help
You're
if
like,
you wink?
God damn, that guy knows Chinese, man. He's good. That's why he hosts this show, man.
I can still smell it.
Yeah, it's all over tonight, man. It's everywhere.
It's
Sticking on the
everywhere.
walls.
Yeah.
He's talking to somebody else. Let's see if I'm next. Hey, I'm next.
You are? Well, I'm still there.
Well, I don't know if I'm next. He's talking to somebody else, but I'm hoping I'm next. He's talking to a VA unit. My old dispatch days come out. I don't call amateur radio stations become units when I get tired because I was a cop dispatcher and a fire dispatcher for years, and I have a real hard time with that. Like when I get tired, I'll start saying, "Any more units have traffic? I mean, stations have traffic."
Yeah, VA, he's talking to VA7RY, which is, I'm going to hit him again, which is, that's on the west coast of Canada, isn't it?
I haven't made one contact on 12 meters.
You've made one?
No, I haven't made one.
Not a single one.
I haven't made many.
Oh, but you got, Japan and China.
Yeah.
Well, this guy can't hear me, man.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
You've got to be patient. Look at the signals and look at your waterfall. The waterfall has actually picked up on him. The waterfall has got stronger. It's got more down. Oh, Ben's come back. JA5BAN.
Yeah, I'm calling him now. He's Japan.
Yeah, I've already worked him.
Yeah, I'm trying to work him too.
There you go. He's on 692. He's actually quite a strong signal.
He's in Iwo Jima City.
He's had, I have 674.
692 I've got.
Why would that be different?
Different on our timing things or something. Those frequencies aren't.
I'm perfectly synced with him on time.
Yeah, those frequencies are just a kind of guide at the top, I think. I've found discrepancies on those before.
You know something else we found interesting? We were on, I think it was on this, I think it was on something we did here about a year ago. We were all on, a couple of us were over on UHF on sideband, dialing up frequencies. And what we realized was all of our radios up that high, all of our shack in the boxes were all at a different frequency. And we're all set to the exact same frequency, and some people talking like this, and other people are like, I'm like, wow. You don't realize it at the lower frequencies.
That's Doppler shift.
Yeah. It's interesting how when you go up to 400 megahertz, you can actually notice that not all the radios are exactly the same, or there's some kind of shift going on, like you said.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have anything bigger than this. We could use it.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, if you go back to the old Heathkit and Collins and all the rest of it, you just had a knob,
Yeah, it was just where you were, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's not hearing me either, so I'll go ahead and stop that for a few
Well,
minutes.
there's somebody on, there's a really loud station,
No,
952. Oh, no, it's W6QUV, 888.
What is? Does anybody recognize this signal right here on my waterfall? This signal right here.
Well,
The wider thing?
Yeah, it's like
I'm
about
not
8
talking to you.
rows. It's like 8 or 9 rows of digital, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's JT8 or it doesn't look like SSTV, and they don't normally operate anywhere near this band. So, and look over here. There's some more over here. Whatever it is, we share this band with them sometimes, or this portion of the band, I should say. But I don't know what that is. I'd like to decode it and see what it is, and tell them they're messing my FT8 up and to leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding.
I would check to see if that's not something that you're generating in-house, because your signals, your waterfall is nowhere near as clean as mine.
Or mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, la-di-da, guys.
Well,
I'm
well, you
totally
asked.
kidding.
Come on, you asked. You asked what we thought it was. You leave yourself open.
Yeah,
I mean, if you,
I have to
don't
deal
think
with
I
a bunch of stuck-up hamsters in here. My radio's better than your radio.
My
I
waterfall
think we have a
better than
pic-
yours.
I got a
I have
second.
noise here. I've got a power pole in the corner of my property with a big transformer on it.
So
I was
And the
gonna
end
say,
of
I
my
thought-
wire is about 8 feet from it. So I am getting some noise here. I know that.
spurious emission measuring contest.
Yeah. Didn't we have one of those last week or something? I seem to
Yeah.
remember we had a pissing contest about something or other. We're on YouTube. I shouldn't have done that.
I was always told you got to keep your waterfall clean.
No,
Yeah.
pissing contest is legal now.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
My
hold on,
host
what?
has said some stuff. My host has said some stuff lately that I thought we were going to get in trouble for, and we didn't.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's because they're too busy listening to Russia, probably. We got bigger
So
fish
if
to
you
fry
see
at the moment.
If you see a lot of activity and you're monitoring a lot of activity, but very few CQs and nobody answering, what do I take from all that?
Oh, well, what you do is that the band is really busy in certain locations, certain areas, so just click on the ones that if they're saying 73 and look how strong they are. Now, if you can see JA1, JAN, he is +3 and he's just said RR73. Double click on him and you'll get him because he's very, very strong. I've worked him quite a lot. I think I've worked him on all bands. I'm going to have a quick shout again.
I'm at 97 watts. It's about.
Oh, hey, you're getting JA1CJL, Ian.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm adjusting my tuning slightly. Oh wait, I got him.
There you go.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, if they're not calling CQ, and I must admit, probably at least half of my calls are not CQ,
Really?
not answering as CQ, I'll just jump on them when they say 7.3, or if it's a station I really, really want, I'll hit it when it's there. So he'll see me coming up on red on the right-hand side is RX frequency.
I see
Oh,
you.
look, somebody's calling me now.
JA1, JAN is.
Yeah, he pretty much answers anybody or everybody that calls him. I've worked him, I think, on all bands.
Well, this is my buddy Noriaki. He lives in Yokoshima, Japan. He's a good guy. Really into radio.
And he loves orange chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or General,
He's big General Chow's chicken
yeah,
guy.
yeah, General Tosos, yeah. Oh, dear me. Oh. We're all going to go to hell, you know.
What do they call Chinese food in China? Do they call it just food?
Well, yeah, they just call it food, and then when they want burgers, they go get American food.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I want to know. Do they go, what do you feel like tonight? American?
Then they call them American food buffet restaurant.
Believe
and
me,
they're
the
like,
Chinese
"You've
we
reached
have here
Bob's
is not
Burgers."
Chinese.
No, I know. Well, do you think they have that discussion tonight? Do you want Canadian tonight or American?
What's Canadian?
I don't know. I don't know what they eat up there. I don't know.
Okay, I'm working JA1, JAN again.
Oh, I got a beautiful moon right out my window tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know,
unfortunately.
I've been tempted more and more to try to play with this moon bounce thing, but I think
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna try to do the birds first because I think that's a little easier.
Well, I'm working on that because up at the Fort Myers Hamfest, I bought a ton. Well, not a ton, but I bought quite a bit of junk antenna stuff. One of them is the 5/8, 2 meters, 7/8 or 9/8 77s antenna that I've been using, and the other one was a burnt out couple of ballums with rods on them. So after a little bit of research, I found out they were the M2s, which are the egg beater antennas, and there was some other stuff with it. So I contacted M2. One of them is really burnt out. Looks like he put 120 volts across it or something. So I called the M2 guy and I spoke to him, and he sold me 2 of the Ballum stroke stub matching stub boxes for $35 each. But he sent me a whole ton of stuff because he's changed from round stock to square stock, and I just struck lucky. I think I paid, I don't know, nothing for those bits. So I'm gonna hopefully tomorrow or maybe Sunday I'll have a 77s and a 2 meter egg beater antenna sitting on top of my cage, and I'll see what I can do with the birds.
Nice.
But just a bit of luck. I mean, I spent like $35 with this guy. I bought 3 different antenna systems, 2 of which were a known quantity. Because I bought one of those discones that was, I cleaned that up. I haven't tried it, but it seems to be okay.
I've been wanting to do something with a discone just for the broadband nature of it. I'm looking for something that'll pick up some stuff. I'm also wanting to something Joseph and I've been talking about. I'm wanting to build me a couple of small 800 or 900 megahertz antennas that I'm going to use with. I've got several of these SDR sharps. I got 3 of them, and I'm wanting to literally take these and start scanning the county's trunked radio system so that I can explore all the different trunking and pick what channels I want, and then I'm going to start streaming that. But anyway.
Okay, BG2 AEU is up to -10 now. So somebody else should be able to work in by now, I would have thought.
All right, I've gone back 4 times with a Tucson, Arizona station, and it won't complete.
Well, move your transmit frequency. But you've got to look at the band, because the band is funny. It's going away again. It went away just now, but it came back again, and now it's gone again.
I'm noticing that too. Mine's kind of fading out. Everything's fading out.
But don't give up.
These bands will do this. This is a day band, guys. This is a big day band.
Yeah.
And it's closing down on us here.
Well, see, what we're doing now is we've got a mixture of all sorts of crap going on. When we were working partially on the grey band, the grey line, because the grey line's sitting over the middle of the country at the moment. So, but it's disappearing over the back end of Japan and into China. We've probably got some kind of reflections off of the dissipating ionosphere with the temperatures. There's all sorts of crap going on. Because, I'm looking at, I don't know, probably 10 Japanese stations there.
So I'm stuck at transmit 3 button. It's
Yeah,
not going.
that's the typical one. That's because he's not replying back to you, or you.
Well, he's replied 4 times.
Yeah, okay, well, stick with it. Just stick with it. I've got several here that have gone, but the band is probably going away.
Yeah, no, it looks like it is.
But you never know if you.
Mine's looking more like Ian's now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean all sucky and poor?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Ian's gonna prefer when I stayed on mute all these times.
Yeah, don't forget he's got that little click. He can
He
throw
can
you
get-
out. He's going to throw us all out in a minute,
Well,
No. I've got a very strict rule. I never squelch free speech. I just play along because I love free speech. But if I'm going to listen to your mouth, you got to listen to mine. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, don't dish it out if you can't take it.
Actually, after working in commercial radio for 10 years, it all just slides off anymore. We
Yeah.
give each other such a hard time on the radio. We call each other names. We throw shit at the glass. And it's all kind of just part of it, And when I first started there, the first couple of times I screwed up on the air and the host goes, "What, you hit the wrong button?" I was devastated. I cried on the way home in the car. I was like, everybody in this county thinks I'm the worst radio producer in the whole world.
Yeah,
And then you realize later on that mistakes in the show actually make it fun for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And when I screw up now, I'm like, oh, hey, let me try this button instead. And I hit the other button. And I just make a big deal about it. And we actually find out that it's enduring to people to see that you make mistakes too.
Well, you're human.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not just a
makes you more
voice.
human, exactly.
And it's, engineers are the worst, I think, that we used to say in our company, never miss an opportunity to kick a man when he's down.
Well, it's born from the fact that as producer, it's your job, the whole thing, from setting it up days ahead of time, making sure everything's ready all the way through to the last minute when we go off the air. Everything has to go right. It's on you. You're the producer. You got the call screener and the talent guy and the program director down the hall. But really, when it comes to getting that show on the air, that basically that comes down to you. That's something that comes down directly on your shoulders to get that done. And so it takes a long time to realize that you're not going to get fired if something doesn't play right. You just have to just go with it. And that's what I do now. I really do. We literally make fun of ourselves on the air. And we have a lot of fun doing it. We actually invite people to call up and tell us how the show sucks. We did that tonight. We encouraged them, call and tell us how much the show sucks. And what I do is I'll tell them, I say, we've opened a special line for people that think the show sucks. And that's 479-5592. The rest of you call 479-5592, and we'll get you right on the air. Same phone number. I just gave it 2 different ways.
Different way, yeah.
I love that. Mark Levent, I got that from Mark Levent. He used to do that. He'd come on and go, hey! He go, hey, if you're a stupid liberal, call me at, and he'd give the number, and he would just give the same number 2 different ways. And about once a week, somebody would call up and go, it's not fair that I know why you never put me on, because I called the other line and you don't put people, so I called this line this time. And he would always tell him, he'd go, well, you are stupid. It's the same phone number. My father, one more quickie. My father used to give out our old phone number that they had from 1956 until after my father died in 2006. They actually had this phone number for 60 years, and it was 239-995-4547. They don't have it anymore, so I can say it on the air. Anyway, the funny part was my father. People would ask his phone number, and he would tell them it's 9945-457. And
I don't get it.
that's the point. It's the phone number. But if you don't put the space in the right spot,
Oh
Drives
yeah,
people nuts.
Fine.
he would
Yeah.
say
If you didn't-
99
if you
45
didn't
45
was a
7.
phone
And they'd go, no, your phone number. And he go 99 45 45 7. And they go, no, sir, I need your phone number. It's 7 digits. I just gave you 7 digits.
yeah. It's just not 334.
Right. You can do the
Yeah.
same thing with your credit card number. Next time you call the bank and you give them your credit card number, tell them it's 233 98 79645 3351. It'll totally mess them up, dude. They won't know what to do with themselves.
I just got it confirmed with Southern Brazil.
Oh, there you go.
I have a question for Dave. So when you're clicking on 73 over there on the left-hand side, don't you have to be careful that you're not transmitting the same time they're transmitting, or does the system?
No, the system, you won't see it. The system won't let you.
Okay.
It's smart that way.
It's actually quite difficult to change your transmit frequency. You have to catch it right at the right time. I don't have much luck changing the transmit frequency, to be honest. The transmit time. So yeah, I'm looking at all of mine are zeros on transmit and all of mine are fives on receive. Oh, I've got another guy calling me. JA6MWW.
I do want to move up to another bit. You guys want to go to 15 next?
Yeah, I just want to finish working this guy and I'll go.
According to Grid Tracker, 15 is dead, but 17 is screaming.
All right. Well, if I have a consensus of the board, we can move straight to 17.
No, go to 15. No,
to 15,
as soon as I finish working this guy, I'll look at 15 and
right,
look at the
let's try
water. The only true way of doing it is looking at the waterfall, because it's not what Grid Tracker is seeing or it's not what PSK is seeing, it's what you're seeing. And the only way you can work them is if you can see them, and the only way you can see them is if you can see them in your waterfall.
Okay. Well, I'm getting Brazil and the U.S. So far. So let me go ahead and tune up.
Yeah,
And when that confirmation screen comes up, can you type something in there?
Yeah, you can type anything you like.
And it goes back to them?
No, it goes into your logbook.
Okay.
So you can, write in your power. That's finished. That's in WSJT, and that's what's going to go in your logbook. So if you're using Grid Tracker, that will go directly into your logbook, whichever you've written into there.
Yeah, well, that's not happening right now, but that's something for. I need 10 minutes with somebody to get me to work on logging that, get it to automatically log in Grid Tracker.
Yeah, which logbook do you use?
I'll use whichever. Well, what I'm using right now is N1MM manually.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't been able to get any of them to go over.
Use something like QST, which is a really good logbook, and that's online, so you can get that from anywhere. I'm just trying to round this guy up. I've got the same problem as you.
QRZ is really easy. QRZ.
Yeah, QRZ is a good logbook.
Yeah, I just need to get the settings right in Grid Tracker.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on 15 and I tuned up perfectly. So let's see if we can.
I'm still trying to work this JA6MWW.
All right, let's see what we get here.
15. Let's see what 15 does.
All right, I turned my CQ only off so we can see what's going on. I'll share my screen. All right, guys, here's.
I'm gonna go have some dinner, but when I get back, I'll hopefully be able to work 40 and 80 and 20 or something.
Okay, I'm sure we'll be there by the time we get back.
All right.
I see you in a few. All right, I'm getting Japan, 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 USA, 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 USA.
Ah.
Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything, so I'm going to switch. Oh, yeah, he's just giving me R&R. Okay.
There's a Japan station and a new CQ zone. So I'm going to try to get him. I'm at 87 watts, and I'm tuned perfectly with a 1-to-1 SWR.
Okay.
I'll tell you guys something else you can do. I don't know if you guys noticed, but one of the things that I really like to do is check my own PSK report that's coming in. And the way you can do that is go to PSK Reporter and
That's weird. What is that?
I don't know why I'm hearing that.
Sounds like a dentist drill.
Yeah, just go. If you go to PSK Reporter and pop in KO4 EFS, change here. I'll show you guys. I'll just do it on the screen, make it easy. All right, here's what it looks like. You go all band signals received by the call sign KO4 EFS on all modes for the last 15 minutes. Go, and there you go. Notice it shows me 4 different colors because I'm reporting data on 4 different modes. I have a receiver on 20 right now. So all the gold stuff you're seeing is a second receiver, this other receiver I have over here. And then the stuff that I'm picking up here, you can see my 12 meter stuff is right there. I was picking up all those Japan stations on 12 meters. So this kind of gives you a really good idea of where you are. And if you are monitoring more than one channel, let's say you have 2 HF radios and you're not going to be transmitting, you can actually set one on one frequency, one on another, and turn on WSJTX and turn on Grid Tracker on both of them. And next thing you know, or actually all you need is WSJTX, and it's sending that PSK data. And then from wherever you're at, you can see what your stations are seeing at that particular time. So I leave mine on monitoring 24/7, even if I'm not using them, so that I can look at any time and see what my radio is seeing for the last 24 hours. We can now take this and we can go back to when we started the net 2 hours. We can take that and we can see everything that we did during the net. Look at that. All the different bands. The pink is 10 meters. The red is 12. The dark red is 12 meters. And of course, we're on 15 now, but I don't see much yet because it probably hasn't been reported yet. It takes a few minutes to go through. All right, let's see. Back to here.
Trying to call you, Ian, on 15.
All right, I'm looking for you. But I got to try to call New Zealand first. Duty calls,
the
man. Duty
C71 IKY, is that what you can see?
No, Zulu Lima 2, Uniform Bravo.
Oh, I can't see him.
Can't believe my antenna tunes up on all these. That's awesome.
Yeah, it might tune up. You don't know how efficient it is, though. That's
Yeah, I know.
But at least, you know, you're getting out.
It's a full transmitter, but that's one nice thing about the hex beam.
I'll tell you guys the hardest ones to get, like when you're trying to get your QRZ awards. One of the ones that Asia and Oceania are the two that are hard to get.
They're tough.
Yep.
You got two disadvantages. One is the time, because you know they're almost exactly 12 hours away from us, and the other is that so many of those Asian countries are just not populated like we are. You know, with radio hams, should I say? You know,
when you get your QRZ logbook, these are all the awards that you can get. And I'm working on, I still have 2 I have to get, and that's Master of Communications Asia. And you can see here, you click that and it tells you right where you're at. I'm about halfway there. So I have to wait, and once I get that, and that's for mixed, of course. I don't have anything on phone yet because there's not really many people to talk to anymore. But there's plenty of people on digital. And then I got Oceania, that's the other one. And I've almost halfway there too. So those are the 2 I'm really working on. Well, just so you know, Australia and New Zealand are Oceania, and Japan is Asia. So those are ones I need for sure.
Oceania, I've only got 10%. 6 out of 60 entries.
There's Australia.
What's the prefix for Australia?
VK.
9 Mike.
Victor Kilo.
No, it's Victor Kilo, isn't it?
9 Mike. I'm just going by what I see here. I mean, there you go.
Victor Kilo 2 SOL. He's just SOL, yeah.
There's another Chinese one, BA4TB.
You're on 15, Dave?
Yeah. He's quite strong. He's just under 500. 461. BA4TB. Papa Mike 01. I'm giving him a shout. There's a bunch of Japanese stations. There's one called in North America, JF3DRI.
I don't see him. That beeping you hear is my battery backup going crazy because of the RF interference in the shack. I'm at 100 watts right now. I'm putting it all out there.
Yeah, you need to sort that.
Yeah.
Because that's an inefficiency as well as the obvious.
Yeah.
You got stuff that isn't matching. So
I
you've
read
got RF coming back down the outside of your coax and not going out into the wilderness. There's a couple of Mexico stations come up.
I've read a bunch of things you can do about it. One suggestion was pour a can of Coke down in there.
In where?
It's a joke.
Oh, I was going to say, I haven't heard that one.
Look at that. Australia. He's hearing me at 100 watts. I'm walking all over him barefoot.
I can't even see him.
Hello, Australia.
No, that's English.
Bloody hell.
That's English.
Oh, crap. I can't do Australia.
Australia, they're hard to imitate.
They are.
Well, because what it is it's extreme English, accent is what it is.
No,
It's
I think Scottish and Irish
and
is
they
extreme.
got
Hey,
yeah,
mate.
I think you're right too. There's a lot of that, but they also use a lot of different words. Like you guys use words over there that we don't use, like bumper shoot instead of umbrella, for instance. There's just you guys drive down the carriageway and park in a car park. I just love that because it's like totally different. But
Well,
Australia's
you
even
guys,
worse. They got different words for everything over there.
well, you guys have got it screwed up because you park on the driveway and drive
I
on the
know.
parkway.
It's ignorant. I know. Where the hell is that coming from?
Who was that?
Hey, mate.
That's somebody trying to get me in trouble with YouTube, is what that is.
But they're not showing up.
Yeah, it's that Mason Troy Adams.
Who's that?
Yeah, it's no biggie. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't hurt me. So,
And I haven't got a Nathan Mason Troy Adams. Oh, I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, don't spoil it, mate. We're having fun.
he's gone. I just booted him out.
Okay.
When they come in like that and immediately start playing the loud, obnoxious music, what they're trying to do is get me copyright banned on YouTube. So,
Really?
yeah, I'm sure it's one of my detractors at a certain club. All right. Anyway,
Could be Xi Jinping.
it could be Xi Jinping. It could also be a Russian agent from the KGB. Why is it not calling them? What the hell?
15 meters is just kind of going away really quick. I don't think I worked anyone on 15. Called a lot of people.
Now, let me see if I can get this one and we can move on up to 17 if you want. Because, yeah, 15's dying. Look at it.
Are you, any of you work JS8?
No, I'd love for somebody to show me how.
Yeah.
I've been asking for over a year to get somebody on here to show us how to do it. I've got it downloaded in my computer. I've even watched videos on it, and it just doesn't seem that intuitive to me. I don't get anywhere with it.
The
Yeah,
guys up in Charlotte County know how to use it.
Yeah, they're using it up there for EM.
yeah, I'm close, but I'm not ready to show anybody.
Now, I tried it. And all I kept getting was just a bunch of weird characters, and I could see people on the waterfall, and it just, I don't know. I never seemed to get anywhere with it. Well, I guess I'm gonna give up. I don't think this guy can hear me again. I guess I lost him.
Yeah, me too. That was a bit. So where are you going to go from here?
I guess we'll go to 17. 17 hangs on sometimes late into the evening,
Yeah, it does.
so we'll go to 17.
On 17, I've got everything bar South Carolina for my WAS.
I don't see shit on here.
I only just loaded it up. I do erase, you know, so as you erase everything. Oh, I'm still on 15. How did that happen? 17, 18, 100. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's quite a bit. There's another Japanese station, WJA1WSX. He's minus 10. I'm going to give him a shout.
That's got to be true. If somebody is all these Japanese stations, if they work in Florida, they probably don't want to mess with you anymore, right? I mean, does it get up to a point of diminishing returns because they have?
I don't know, because it feels like you don't have to be. I just think that for the last couple of months or so, we seem to have a good pipeline, but there's an awful lot of Japanese amateurs, you know. I mean, some of them are on regularly, but I never have any trouble. They seem to like being called, you know. I don't know whether it's a cultural thing or what.
All right, let's see if I can hear anybody. All right. Yeah, I'm not hearing many people at all on 17.
Oh, I'm just calling JK1LUY. He's just said 73 to. Oh, he's just called CQ. He's in PM 96. There's a few stations, not many, but they're strong. Well, here anyway. 671.
Okay. All right. Is some of you guys going to be able to try it on 20 with us? Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I'm good on 20 and 30.
Rick, are you able to do it with us tonight, or you not? You don't have your FT8 working?
I'm not set up for it. So
Oh, okay.
gonna have to do something about that, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think you've got a newer HF radio. If you don't have, do you have it patched in for audio yet?
Yeah, the 590 it has its own built-in audio,
Oh, the rest is easy.
so
Yeah.
it should make it fairly easy.
Yeah, that
Now,
takes
because-
about 90% of the BS out of it right there. Because all of
Yeah.
my problems was that interface.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're hooked up, I bet you could download it right now and get it working. It's very very straightforward. All right. Well, I don't know. Let's see here. I am hearing. I'm seeing more people over here than I am on my waterfall. But he's not hearing me, so I'm going to give up after this chat. This chance
Yeah, me
here.
too. I'm giving up on this one. I'll try one more.
17 doesn't seem to be doing well tonight.
No.
So I'm going to move my monitor off of 14 because I don't want my monitor on the same band as my transmitter. So I'm going to move it down to 40, and then I'm going to move the transmitter down to 40.
Yeah,
Okay.
20 meters is wide open.
Yeah, let's
You're
go to 20.
gonna
And I'll tell you
find.
guys, I want to tell you something I found out with this stuff. Um, Sometimes you look and you say, "Oh man, look, there's a million people on this waterfall. This is going to be great." Yeah, I used to think that too, but the problem is that's not the way it is. The more people on the waterfall, the more QRM you're fighting.
Yep.
Look at that. Whoa, there's Russia, Belgium, Azores. All right, so let me find them.
Netherlands, Spain. I'm working. I'm trying to work UA0DX. He's AS. That's Asia.
I just found me a parking space, and I'm trying for China. Bravo
Oh,
Golf Zero.
PG.
that's amazing. I can't see him. Oh, I can. Bravo Golf Zero CAB.
Yep, that's him. It might have been one. I don't know if that's one we worked earlier or not. The picture
No,
kind of looks familiar. No?
no, not CAB. I got an RA0 WHE as well. I'm sticking with the the BG0 CAB because he's -6 with me. That's quite a strong signal. But you know, there's going to be hundreds of people calling him. It's going to be a bit of a crapshoot.
Sun Cow.
I've got WAS on 20 meters. I haven't got DXCC yet.
All right, there we go. I'm perfectly tuned now on 40. All right.
You're on 40 or 20?
No, 20, 20, 20. I said the wrong thing. I am not, guys, I'm a little dyslexic. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, I try to cover it up, but I'll just be honest about it. I'm a little dyslexic. And the fact that one set of numbers goes up while the other set of numbers goes down, who thought of that?
I'm trying to work Belgium.
Yeah, there's
Say
a nice
hi
strong
for me.
signal in Belgium.
OP4K.
Yeah.
See, I'm not seeing him.
Oh, he was strong. I've got to go back up and have a look where he was.
And Argentina, LU3HZK.
And just so you guys know, you can make these colors whatever you want. I hated the color scheme on this thing. I really did. And so what I did was you go to settings, and it's right here under colors, and you can change these to whatever you want. I hated that light blue color, so I changed mine to where if the CQ is in the message, but I've already got their call sign, it just makes them gray, so I don't pay attention to them. And then I made the colors kind of progressively get brighter and brighter as you go up. But I couldn't stand the original colors that it had. I'm a customizer. When I get something, I have to customize it because whoever builds this stuff doesn't know crap about customizing nothing. I don't know why a lot of the stuff built for amateur radio looks like it was built on Windows XP. I don't. Oh, maybe he'll hear me this time. I'm gonna yell at him again. Here we go. Go. Nope, he's calling somebody else. That's the problem. He's calling people. His screen probably lit up with 5 or 6 people from the United States calling him, and he's just going one to the next. He's trying to get them
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, try to work all of them.
Yep.
That's why it's best to just stick at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with him for a minute because see he's probably
Switch it,
hearing
just
me,
wait for him.
but he's busy doing other things.
Denmark, OZ1RH.
Ooh, there's a good one. Probably got a wire hanging off a windmill.
Could be.
Or no, that's Holland.
That's
I don't know. I get all that mixed up.
See.
Oh, he's answering me.
There you go.
Okay, he's calling CQ this time. My guy here in China is actually calling CQ this time. I'm gonna try to boost my wattage all the way to 100.
That's amazing, and I can't see him.
Now he can't see me, unfortunately.
Which one is that? Is that the CAB?
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. I'm an American using a Japanese radio to call a Chinese guy. Can't beat that. Yeah, I don't think he can hear me. Now here's the other side. I let the other side run, so I'm making sure I'm still in a good parking place, and I am. But I'm still going to go up and try a different one because sometimes just I don't. You guys know that if you're way down here at the bottom, and I'm going to be very simple here because I don't know how to explain this in the right terms, but when you're down towards the bottom, it's going woo, 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 woo. When you're up near the top, it's going ee. It's a lot higher. I know this sounds stupid, but certain sounds propagate better. And so I swear, if you move up and down, finding different spots, sometimes you can find one. Also, what Dave said is absolutely true. You don't see the station on the other side of the guy you're trying to reach that's in your parking spot.
Yeah.
And so you got those two things working for you and against you.
I just confirmed Denmark.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, is that OZ1RH?
Yes.
Yeah, he's -10 with me. What's he with you?
We're talking received or sent?
No, received. The DB on the left-hand side.
-8.
Yeah, you got him a little better than me. I got -10.
Yeah, he can't hear me. He's calling CQ again, and he's not answering me, which means he's not hearing me. So I'm going to go ahead and give up on him. And now I'll see if I can just get Argentina since there's nothing else popping up.
I had. I have a couple of questions. I had. When do you try FT4? If FT8 is open, is FT4 open, or do you guys mess
What
with
I
that?
do, if the band is full, like this one's kind of full, that's when I would go ahead and switch to FT4 and see what that looks like. Now, I have contest frequencies in here, so I have to make sure when I go there I'm on the right one. It's 14.080, and we'll see if anybody's there. 40 at night, about this time, you can usually find people on FT4. Now, if you guys want to go to FT4 real quick, we can try to call each other on there. The bandwidth's wide open. So I'm going to go there, and I'm just going to go ahead and call CQ on FT4 and see if I can get anybody. So if you guys are on 20, go to FT4 and see if you can hear me. Oh, wait a minute. I needed to call CQ. Hold on. There we go.
I don't think I have enough antenna to get to Japan, but I'm reaching Europe.
Well, to be honest with you, you'll have enough antenna to get there when the atmosphere is right. It's all atmosphere.
Well, it's also the angle,
Yeah.
the attack angle that you're attacking the atmosphere at. You know, if you've
your
got a
takeoff,
vertical,
yeah.
sometimes that'll work better than a horizontal, and you know, it's just as we can see from here, it just needs to be. Oh, I can see you.
Who can see you?
I can see Ian on FT4. I've just given you a shout.
Shouldn't even have to retune for that, right?
No,
No. You're within a few kilohertz of the same spot.
I may be out absent for a while. I got to move the end of the month, and I hope I can find a place where I can put up an antenna.
You haven't found anywhere yet?
No, I have a place to stay in Gran Paradiso for a few months, so I don't. It's not a panic, but I won't be able to put up an antenna. I don't think it's a gated community.
condo Gestapos.
Yeah.
Antenna Nazis.
That's when you want to put up a piece of piano wire.
What, and stretch it across their driveway?
Right
Yeah.
about throat height.
I'm just kidding. That was mean. I shouldn't have said that. Ooh, that was bad. Shame.
I'm answering Ian's CQ, but he doesn't like me.
Yeah, I'm trying the same, and he's not responding to me.
As you guys can see, I don't see you.
I see you at -8.
Yeah, well, anything between -7 and -13.
Are you guys seeing anybody on the waterfall besides me?
Yeah, a couple of other stations.
Um,
A VE2YNI.
Actually, I'm not seeing anybody but you. Looks like a 2EO VDX was calling you, Ian.
See, I think I'm transmitting better than I'm receiving on 20.
20 meters.
You're now -6 with me.
Yeah, we're on 20 FT4, Joseph.
Okay.
14.0805.
14. Oh,
Yeah, that's another thing. Mine's on 14080.0, but it doesn't matter because it just.
Oh, okay. I've got a couple of. I've got an English station, 2 Echo 0, Whiskey Delta X-ray calling.
Yeah, I see
is that upper or lower sideband for FT4?
Upper.
Always upper, yeah.
Okay. And my file menu is gone. What?
Yeah, the band looks dead. The waterfall looks dead.
Yeah, for me
Does.
too.
Well, it's FT4. Like I said, people won't go to FT4 unless FT8's really busy or there's a contest going on. So
What's this? Oh.
I'm
Man,
telling you,
some
we'll
stuff.
probably do better on 30 and 40.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to FT8 for a minute here.
What?
England won't respond to me.
Yeah, they're stuck up that way.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, a bunch of bastards they are.
Bastards.
All right, so you're on FT.
Oh, I take it back. He just responded.
There you go. See, you've just got to know how to talk to them.
I
says-
take it
he
back. I
says-
wasn't very diplomatic in what I said.
You're on. Okay, so you went back to FT8. You said.
Yeah, we're on FT8, 20 meters.
Okay.
20 meters.
20 meters.
50 meters.
20 met rest.
2-0-W.
Dead for me. Oh, you're on FT8, which means you're on 14074.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have rig control.
All right, how is he calling CQ and he didn't complete the call yet?
Move your transmit frequency.
Hey, what? Oh,
Guys, that China station just he's out there still. That
Oh.
BG0.
I got a confirmation.
You can't hear
Plus
me.
3.
Ooh,
There you
there's
go.
there's a lime green. Where's this?
Minus
Asiatic
11.
Russia. Asiatic Russia. Maybe I should send a virus along.
Yeah, are we still talking to them?
I don't care. You know what? Let me tell you how I feel about it. Their boss is a madman, but it ain't them people's fault. They haven't voted on a leader in a long time.
No, not properly.
Yeah.
So I can't blame the people, and I won't.
No.
Did y'all
As a
hear?
matter of fact, I'm holding out hope that one of them's going to pop his melon from far away.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear? There was an open source piece of software. It was called like Node IPC. It's a Java. It's a JavaScript dependency. Somebody who works on that actually added in malware to detect if your computer was in Russia, and if it was, it would delete all your files. Basically, ransomware with no.
Oh my God!
They
That's
added ransomware,
terrible.
and they put like a file in there, and they're all like, "We don't need war," you know. Sure, the message was great, and I'm sure we can all agree on what he was saying, but you don't add malware to a very, very popular open source repository like that.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. And I'll tell you something else. If you ask people in Russia that could actually speak to you the truth, would tell you they don't want this anymore.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else in this world wants this. It's that madman. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But yeah. But
right.
that's why, honest to God, I heard some guys talking on the call channel the other day, and they were like, "Yeah, them Russian stations kept calling, but nobody would answer them, and it was on sideband or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh,
Wow.
you know, I don't know. That's first of all not in the spirit of ham radio."
No.
I just got Italy. Italy.
You know, he seems to have a sweet spot for you into Europe. I'm not seeing much over there at all. So, like I was seeing the Japan stations, you're seeing Europe, and I mean, you're not that far away.
Yeah, and
I'm not hearing anything.
I see this China station constantly,
Yeah, I see them in and out.
but I can't. I see them every.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, someone's calling you. You've got RA9 YTZ calling you.
Oh crap!
Probably a Russian.
Yeah, that's that That's the Russian guy I've been calling.
You should answer him.
I am technically answering him. I'm calling it. I mean, I could switch it to answering him.
Yeah.
All right, this is kind of bullcrap, but whatever. So what I'm going to do is manually change mine to, yeah, I received you at minus 18.
Yeah, that's
And then if I get the RR back, it's still a good contact.
absolutely. That's
So
the
where's
trouble.
everybody at? Where's everybody at now? 20
meters.
20 meters FT8?
FT8, yeah.
The trouble is with 20 meters, it might look like you've got a clean parking spot, as Ian calls them, but you probably haven't, because it's such a busy band that, you know, I mean, where I was parked, there's two bright red stations have just come up.
Yeah.
What
So
was
I got
interesting
it.
on FT4 is there were only 2 stations that I heard, and I got them both.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty
I
interesting.
got the Azores have come up now. Nice strong signal. CU3 Hotel November,
Yeah, I'm
1929.
getting K7YL from the Azores. Isn't this amazing, guys, how we're all seeing different groups of people,
Yeah,
depending on the type and orientation of our antenna?
yeah.
I got a
Yeah,
problem.
I'm working the one guy. I'm working CU3 Hotel November. He's giving me minus 16. I'm giving him minus 4.
I'm
Well,
working
he's surrounded.
I'm working this KGB guy from Russia, RJ9I. No, dude, look at his picture and tell me. Oh wait, I've still got this other map up. Hold on, let me pull that. I keep forgetting about the screen capture. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on. I can't tune that. I forgot. Okay.
Oh, he's answering me. Look at that, Russia.
Woohoo!
Don't mention the war.
Well, do you think, is there enough characters that I can send "Leave Ukraine alone"?
Yeah, just
No.
change your message.
In the remarks, put God bless Ukraine.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't mess with it. Honest to Christ, I really don't think these guys want this war any more than we do.
No, they don't. My mom has spoken to some people inside Russia as well. They don't.
No.
And a lot of the soldiers out there, they're subscription soldiers, guys. They're drafted.
Yeah.
Yep.
They turn
A lot of
Remember
them don't
that.
even know. It was really funny. I was looking at a German TV station the other day, and they were interviewing a couple of the Russians that had been captured. And these guys showed them their backpack. They had food for one day, but they had their dress uniform
Yep.
in their kit. Yeah, they expected to
Yep.
walk in, win it in a day, and walk around in their dress uniform. You know, have a parade in the middle of Kiev.
They were actually told that they were coming here. They were going originally to liberate the Ukrainians from the Nazis.
Yeah.
That was the information they were originally told. All right, I'm grabbing
What?
this guy in Washington State only because I don't have his CQ zone yet on this band. So I'm going to see if I can snatch him up. This BG0 cab is still coming through every cycle, but he can't hear me. Somebody needs to send him a message and tell him he needs a bigger ear.
Yeah, I've got him coming up.
trying
Yeah,
to get
he's
Greece.
-3. I'm going to give him another shout.
SV5 is Greece.
This thing is decoding.
These bands are actually doing pretty good tonight.
Yeah. Well, I saw because of the old. How are we doing on sunspots and stuff?
Well, I actually just looked at that not long ago, and the solar flux is down under 100, which generally is not that good usually. We're
No.
at 98 for solar flux, but the K is at 1, so it's real quiet, and that helps.
Yeah, I got 98 K1.
Max, see,
Yeah. You've got to look at the two together. So
Yep.
basically, we're down around 70. I think a K point is worth about. 12, I thought I was trying to work out. I'm not sure if it's 20 or 12 SFIs, but I mean, I think that's just me. You know, there's nothing scientific attached to that.
Oh, hey, he's answering me.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, I'm banging away at him, but he's not.
He's getting out. He's probably. I guarantee he's running a big old fat kicker.
No, they don't have kickers in Japan.
Oh, they don't. Well,
No, but
he's
they
in
do
China.
have. They do have massive antenna arrays.
He's in China though, isn't he? Or
Oh yeah, you're right. China. I haven't got a clue what China got.
Croatia is answering me.
yeah, I hope Croatia on see that.
That's really funny. It's like Ken's on another planet.
I just have this BP3 up about 20, not even 20 feet. It's amazing.
BP3. That's a buddy pole.
Yeah, it's like a buddy pole with 3 little things at the top.
Oh, cool.
Somebody gave to me.
Buddy.
Yeah, and you probably got it orientated that it's just, you know, straight over, and you've got fairly
Well,
low angle of.
I've gotten I mean, everything's new to me, you know. That confirmed. -4.
There you go. Yeah, so you probably got a low angle of takeoff. You're hitting a nice cloud somewhere over the Atlantic, bouncing back down to Europe. And the thing is, see, most of the people in Europe have gone to bed as well.
all right, Dave, I'm calling you now. See if I can get you on 20.
Oh,
Yeah, I get an error message. Error uploading QSO to QRZ. User does not have a valid QRZ subscription to use this phone.
no, you've got to set that up.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I have.
But it's all in your log, so you're okay. You're not losing anything.
Right.
Because WXJT has got a log built into it. No, I'm seeing nothing.
All right, I'm TX even right now.
Bosnia Herzegovina.
Oh, okay, I just switched to even. I got you. I've got you. You're -18. Yeah, but you're 28 miles away, So we're outside of the gangway, but I bet you were doing it on the water, because I got water on two sides of my house, and I go down the Imperial River, and you're off of whatever the river is that goes through Fort
Well,
Myers.
I'm about 2.5 miles north of the river,
Oh,
um,
really?
and I'm over towards like the Slater Road area. So I'm not like on the 41 corridor. I'm like halfway between the 41 and the 75 corridor.
Have you
And
got
looking at you, I'm
canals and
looking
stuff
right
by
at.
you?
No, no, not really. And
Oh,
looking at you,
Is that
if I look directly at you, I'm going right over the top of Fort Myers proper.
yeah.
I just confirmed Bosnia.
Bosnia Herzegovina.
Yeah. Well, I'm replying to you. I'm going to change frequencies because you're not hearing me.
Yep. I'm Nolo Cantandre.
You've called me 3 times. I've responded to you 3 times. 4 times now. But I can't really find a clean parking spot.
I see that Bosnia Herzegovina station, that Echo 7 station coming up.
São Paulo, Brazil.
I'll tell
Oh,
you guys.
there's a VK, guys, on 244. There's a VK6AS. He's minus 20, so he might be difficult to work. I've stopped calling you. I'm starting to call him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something else here. I don't see him.
I think
VK6.
Dave's signal jumps off the rafters like 15 times before it goes.
Yeah, before it gets out of the attic. Trying to find the cracks in the tiles.
And that's why you're hearing so many other things that we're not seeing.
Yeah, but I've got all sorts of.
Wow, this is awesome. I've gotten quite a few.
I can't get this VK station to hear me.
There's Dota Canese.
This is probably the most animated FT8 that anyone would ever do, being able to talk to each other while we do it, right?
Well, they do that down in Naples. They get on 250 in the mornings on FM, and they talk about what they're doing. Some of it's sideband, some of it's CW. I can't really hear them that well from here, but if I'm out and about, I will.
But I mean, otherwise, it's kind of like watching paint dry, you know?
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that.
Why?
Ian's gonna get on your case.
Well, Ian gets animated about anything, including paint dry.
Nothing pisses me off more than paint drying.
Oh boy, here we go.
There we go.
Sit around
but
all freaking
he would
day
call
long,
it
waiting
pat-
for that paint to dry.
Yeah, but he would call it pan de boudoir.
Canary Islands.
Maybe that's what's wrong with the lab.
Oh, Berwick Islands. Yeah, that's Ibiza, and in the middle of the Mediterranean. That's good.
Oh, it's off the coast of Africa.
Yeah, North Coast.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the Mediterranean is.
Well, no.
Did you say the Berwick Islands?
Canary Islands.
Oh, Canary Islands. Sorry, I thought you said the Berwick Islands. Canary Islands. Yeah, I've got a friend that lives there.
What's that RZ90? What is that, a Russian? Oh, quiet.
Sounds it. RJ9I. That's Asia. Well, that'll be AS. That'll be Russian. I got German. I still got this VK guy, and I can't get him.
Oh, RZ90 is Russia. I'm trying that one.
Yeah.
I got Dota Canese, I think. I don't even know if that's exactly how to pronounce that. But
Herzegovina. Bosnia.
So
That's
we
another one
can't.
that sounds better in a Dracula accent, like Herzegovina.
Yeah. That's the odd thing, isn't it? The Russians and the Ukrainians both sound the same. And
Well,
the Hungarians.
They share a common heritage.
Yeah, they all sound the same. I guess their alphabet, the way they pronounce their letters in the alphabet, are very similar.
Wow. Be right back.
But it's like in Canada, about half of them speak just like us.
Really, I don't know any Canadians that speak like Americans, but
Yeah. There's a few left. Oh, there's Russia again. Asiatic Russia. Oh, I got this guy earlier on a different band.
he's probably doing the same as us, changing down with the conditions.
Yeah.
Which one's that? Is that RJ9?
No, RA9.
Yeah, I don't see that. I have an RZ90.
So I got an RJ9.
Hey, this is RA Alpha. R Alpha.
Yeah, but it's all 9. It's like us. The 9s, the numbers count.
Okay.
I don't think there's a WAS award for work in all Russia. Oh, I got him RT9, yeah. Oh, I got someone calling me now. I got Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Hey, Joseph, are you able to see us at all? Oh, he just got up and left.
Now I've got WSJT-X version 2.1.2 running under Linux here, and I'm decoding some things.
Cool.
I don't know if it's the same version series for Linux, but it's version 2.5.4 here.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm running 2.5.1.
But truthfully, with WSJTX, any version that works on your computer should work with your radio and on the
Yeah.
it should work.
I don't think it's a major thing.
What you got to do, Rick? You've already got the configure? You've already gone to File Settings and done your sound card?
No, I haven't done all that. It's almost like it set it up automatically.
Well, it may have found it. What you can do is go to File,
Yeah.
and then Settings, and then everything you need is usually right there, and that's where you set your radio type.
Yeah.
In the first tab, and then there's also an audio tab. That's where you want to set it for your audio, the proper audio settings for whatever card you're using.
Okay.
There's really not. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, you've got a Yaesu.
Dave, I'm
Did you
sorry.
say Yaesu 950?
No, I have a TS590.
TS590. Oh, okay.
TS5.
The SG. Yeah, you need to load the codec from the Kenwood website.
He's already receiving and decoding.
Yeah, but he won't be able to. The codec won't
talk.
transfer the audio because it's not USB. It's a codec that converts it in the radio. You'll receive, but you won't be able to transmit.
So he just needs to download the codec for that radio.
Yeah, from the Kenwood website.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it automatically set it up for the SWFL radio, but then it may be because I had FL Digi set up.
Oh yeah, I'll remember that. Yeah. Oh, if you had FL Digi working, what with the same radio?
I was going to say it might work.
Yeah, if you had it with the same radio, you've probably already got the.
I may have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're tuned, to try to hit the tune button and see if it transmits your radio.
All right, let me see if we can get out of here. Something happened.
When did you hit the tune button on the WSJTX software?
Yeah.
Okay, and did it transmit the radio?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then when you click it again, it should turn off the transmitter.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. You should be able to use FT8. Just look at your waterfall and set your red thing somewhere where there's nobody else transmitting, and then just go up and double click on somebody and see if it starts to call them.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to get the waterfall going. I got a thing here called wide graph. I'm not sure what that
Go up to
is.
the top under view, and the very first thing you see is waterfall.
Yeah.
Click that, and it should bring it up somewhere on one of your screens, and just move it to wherever it works for you. You definitely need the waterfall. You don't need all this crap at the bottom. That's why I like to put the waterfall at the bottom of the screen like this. And that way, if I'll give you guys a little secret here. If I want to look back a little further in time, I can just move this up. Sometimes you can make your waterfall a lot bigger, and then move it down. And that way, later on, if you want to look at more history, you can just pull your waterfall up and see what's been happening for 10 or 15 cycles versus only 4 or 5. But anyway, that's something I like to do. But then all you do, Rick, is just make sure that your red brackets are, by using control and clicking, you set your red brackets somewhere where there's nobody transmitting, where it's dark.
Yeah. Well, I don't see a waterfall yet, so
Okay.
got to figure that one out first.
Did you go up to view and then click waterfall?
Yeah, I did, but I don't see it.
Could be behind something or on a different screen or something.
That's probably what's happening. I've got several windows up here, so that's probably what's going on. Let me move some things.
Command tab and go through all the windows.
Oh, there's another Asiatic Russia I'm trying to get. All these Russian guys are easy tonight because nobody wants to talk to them.
Yeah.
But listen, Rick, if you don't get it tonight, call me and we'll spend some time on the phone. I'm with a client all day tomorrow, but tomorrow evening or Sunday, we'll spend some time and I'll help you get it going because it's a wonder and a joy. FT8 is.
Yeah.
And if it's going to ruin ham radio, you might as well be a part of it.
I don't think it's going to ruin him.
I don't either.
These people are saying this and that words ham radio. Oh, BS.
Well, everybody said digital was going to ruin ham radio, digital voice, and everybody said all this. If you go back far enough, FM's going to ruin amateur radio.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back.
Yeah.
It's funny though. There's nobody on the repeaters anymore, is there? And that's the one thing I find it's annoying.
Well, we have a traffic net at 10 o'clock down here on one channel. Charlotte has the Sunshine Net every morning at 8:30. Those are two that are on a lot.
Yeah, we have the pharmaceutical net at 9. But there's, if you just I'm just putting a radio in the car. I haven't had a radio in the car for ages because there was no point. But I got to start traveling back and forth to Jacksonville, so I thought I'll put a radio in the car. And I called 2 or 3 repeaters this afternoon to get a signal report, and nobody came up. That's in here in Bonita Springs. I tried the 820. I tried the Bonita Springs one, which I can't remember the number, and I tried the 670 and the 030. I thought there might be somebody listening to 820 because that's got a good radius.
Yeah. Well, it's that way down here. We have 4 repeaters connected together, and you can go on there listening, and nobody will answer you back. It's
That's
pretty typical
everywhere.
I monitor the 775. I know it's hard to get that from way down there, but I do monitor the 775.
Speaking of 775, have you been hearing some kind of weird digital signal on there?
What I hear is like it keys up sometimes, and I hear like it's like a weird sound, and then it goes away.
Then it goes away. It'll come up for about 5 seconds, and then it goes away. It's not coming through the repeater. So, because I looked at that.
So is it somebody? Is it another station on the input? The output of another repeater somewhere?
It sounds like somebody's got some bad indigestion when it comes on.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes. It's like a weird
And
noise. It's like a
it's gone. There's no station.
I
It's
can't
not
even
that. It's not those darn radar things that we got down over the Gulf of Cuba or the Gulf of Florida, whatever it's
No,
called.
No, you know what it sounds like to me? It's someone keys their mic and then they're squeezing their mic handle really hard and it's just going. It's just popping like a weird motion sound. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's weird, and
Yeah, yeah.
I only heard it like twice or three times, so I thought it was somebody down south or somewhere trying to get into the repeater and they're just testing it out.
No,
There was one time I even came up and said, if someone needs a radio check, I'm on frequency listening.
I don't think it's coming through the repeater. So I think it's direct.
Oh, you think it's
Really?
a signal that's out there?
Yeah.
All right, have y'all moved to 40 yet?
No.
Y'all are still on 20 meter. And I still haven't heard any of you at all. I'm hearing stations from north of here mostly. Wow, really far north. What? It's okay. What does it mean when it goes straight up to the top of grid tracker and then goes along the top? Huh? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It goes over the pole.
Yeah,
It goes over.
The shortest routes over the top of the planet.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going all the way over to Russia. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Russian.
Yeah, we're getting
Contacts
Russian
tonight.
too. Oh,
Wow.
Where's that?
All right, I'm calling Ian on 20 meters FT8.
I can't even see many people in the US. I've got a few Charlie November squares, and that's it. Everyone else is CQ zone 13, 15, 10, Asia, Europe. I don't see anybody
Oh, I
local.
do see a KO4 EFS. How about that?
Do you?
RA9YTZ. Rooski.
Well, just double click on it and it'll call me. It should. It should
Now
come up
you're in
in
contact
red.
with a Russian.
Well, I was trying to, but he's not coming up on QRC.
No, if the call sign is on the left hand side, then you can't hear him. It's only the call on the right hand side you can hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the left hand side is receiving the same time as you are.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll
Transmitting
call.
the same time as you are.
If you want, I'll call you, and then you can try to answer me.
Yeah, you can try it. And I've got my antenna aimed right at you, just a little bit east of due north.
All right. Is your TX even first? Is that checked? It's a little
TX.
checkbox. It says TX even.
TX even. Where would that be?
To the right of the frequency.
Right under monitor.
There's that BG0 CAB again, Mr. Kicker.
Oh yeah, it is.
I got another grease station.
If you see that, Rick, it says TX even first. It's right there underneath the frequency.
Yeah, okay.
Is
I
it
see
checked
it.
or not?
It's not checked.
Okay, so I'm going to check mine, and that puts us on opposite sides of the street. Okay,
Okay.
and now I'm going to call you. All right, I'm calling you now. You should be receiving now. And then when you see me, just double click.
Let me see.
We could just get Ian to send us a piece of pie while we're doing this, you know?
Well, I've thought about serving snacks to you guys, but
Yeah.
they
Dude,
would
we
be
should have
virtual
snacks.
They would be virtual snacks. The bad news is you wouldn't really taste them. The good news is you wouldn't gain any weight.
Yeah, no calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you now. KO4 EFS, EL96.
Now, if you double click on that on the left box, it should move me over to the right and start trying to talk to me. It should bring up a yellow line
All
with
right,
you trying to talk.
You've already got something over on the right side.
I'm trying to call him too.
I
But I'll
can't see
stop.
any of you.
I'll stop.
Well, we're not sure about Rick's transmit levels. You know, if he's a little high or a little low, it won't.
Ouch.
That sounds about right.
It sounds about right, yeah.
Hope I have a radio left when we get
Man,
done.
that's
I could have just held that up to a computer mic and we could have figured out who it was.
yeah.
That was painful.
Yeah, it was.
All right, I'm going after Washington State.
Oh, he's at it again.
I turned it down.
You can turn it all the way down. It doesn't make any difference.
That's what I just did.
I just got my DMR Bofang.
What? That exists?
Yeah,
Yeah,
five,
I had one, and after a month, I sent it back. I never got anything on it.
yeah.
Did you get the 1701?
No, I got the RD5, whatever it is.
Mm.
RD-5R.
Yeah, I bought the Baofeng DMR. Never could get it working. Never could get it to initialize or anything. I got 3 different code plugs. I had 2 different people help me with it. Never could get it going. Sent it back. I got the other one that's made by TYT, the one that everybody else has, and got a bunch of code plugs for it. Finally got it working, and I spent 10 days trying to get a CQ on it. And I finally spoke to a guy going to work one day on the local 2 channel. And all we did was talk about how we were each the first person that the other one had actually spoken to on the DMR radio. And he told me that he was boxing his up and sending it back. And I told him I was doing the same thing. And that was my last DMR conversation I had. And I boxed it up and sent it back.
Wow.
Well, I think there's a DMR net on the Peace River repeater on Monday nights.
Then I won this at a raffle, another DMR radio. And I have this. It works great, except I can't program it. I don't know what to do. I got a cable, but it's a
Hey, if you want, send that to me and I'll mess with it.
Okay, we'll do that.
If you feel like doing that at any point.
Yeah, because I don't need it. It's a great little radio. It'd be neat to talk to somebody on it. But
You can program it
DMR
and send it back to you.
because the problem is most people send their DMR radios back without ever getting them programmed because they're just such a bitch to program. They were literally, I don't know who, well, I do actually. They're based on a Motorola system, and nothing's more complicated. As much as I love Motorola, their interface stuff is so complicated. And I think that's part of the problem. But I don't know. I kind of left DMR, and then I had a guy let me borrow his Fusion radio for a month, and I was doing the Fusion net on Wednesday nights, and that was good. I like the guy that runs the Fusion net. Funny guy, does jokes and everything on there. But I could not justify buying a $200 radio to talk on this one net every week. I asked 2 or 3 guys that are on it, what else do you do on Fusion? Oh, nothing, just that one net every week. And then I talked to a guy on D-Star. I'm like, what do you do on D-Star? And he goes, well, we got that net 3 out of 4 weeks every month, and that's it. And I'm like, I'm not buying all these proprietary radios just to do one net a month or one net a week.
Doesn't make a bit of sense to me.
It's just not worth it to me. So that's why I just, I'm good. I'll send you this one, Joseph, and maybe you can get it working up there and use it.
Yeah, I'll give it a crack.
Yeah, Fusion is easy to program, and you can talk to the Europeans. At least I do. There's 2 or 3 European channels for the Fusion, but yeah, it's digital to me is a bit kind of, as you say, it's there's not many people up there, and there's 3 different modes. So you're dividing your audience by 3, and it's excuse me, it's not a big audience. It's not a big. Thank you.
If only 2% of the ham radio guys are monitoring a digital channel, and of those they're monitoring 3 different systems, and of those they're monitoring thousands of rooms, I don't see how anybody ever finds anybody up there.
Oh, either.
Nope. I
Now,
agree.
I'll also admit to you guys, I thought Echolink was really cool, but I have no desire to talk on repeaters in other towns. For some reason, that just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
Echo Link works well for us because we have so many snowbirds in our club.
Yes.
But saying that, we've only got about maybe half a dozen that get on our weekly net from up north during the summer. Because the trouble is, I find with snowbirds is they're just not invested. And the trouble is, it gets to the point where they're not invested up north and then they're not invested down here either.
Yep.
And they kind of, you know, it's our club, you know, because Naples, I don't know, 60-40 snowbirds against permanent residents. But our club, it's actually more than that. So, I mean, in the summer, our club exists of about 8 people. But in the winter, it's like 30. But they're all, you know, they're all now talking about when they're going home. So, you know, some are going in the beginning of April, some are going in the beginning of May, some in the middle of April. But they're already talking about when they're going home.
Yep.
They're not really invested in the Southwest Florida.
No, and I've always wondered why the whole time they're down here, they tell us how it's better up there. And the whole time they're up there, I guarantee those people up there have to hear about how much better it is down here. All right, let's see here. Why don't we go to another band? Joseph, did you say 30? You want to try 30?
All I can really do right now is 40. So
All right, well, it's getting late.
Whenever we
Let's
get
just
to there.
move up. Let's move to 40, guys. Let's see if we can get each other on 40.
Change
I'm
it.
sitting here. I just realized we're 2 hours and 19 minutes into this thing.
And all we've done is play radio.
Well, you
What
know
sort of hobby is this?
folks? I think we're going to do this more often because I've had a lot of fun tonight.
We just have a
And I didn't
conductive
have to
meeting.
spend 4 or 5 hours coming up with a topic and making a slideshow.
Stop.
So-
We just have to have a business meeting, don't you know?
Oh yeah.
We
Wow,
can do
there's a lot of people on here, guys. Look how many people are on here. So what
uh-oh.
I'm going to do is go to mode FT4.
All right. And that
And
is
on
7047.
7.047.
Oh, I was trying to see if I could find our Chinese friend.
Oh yeah, there's people on FT4, guys.
Oh, there is? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. All right, let me toony here.
7047.5.
I
Yeah.
have to rub sticks together in order to tune.
This seems, I hear a lot of other traffic like RIDI, and I hear a ton of RIDI traffic.
Really?
Yeah, on 70475.
When you're on FT4, you will see other signals on here.
I'm still decoding though. I'm decoding FT4, so
I see people
Where are
on
you
here.
seeing the RIDI traffic? Just a little bit up the band?
for me, I see a really strong RIDI signal at 770 hertz.
Yeah, me too. There's a 1895, there's a POTO station, WW8L, and he's in Delta November, so he's right up there somewhere. Oh, I'm going to give him a shout. He could be in deepest, darkest Montana or the Dakotas. What's his number? Delta November 85. Delta November 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I do see a really
85.
strong FT4 station.
7047.
Yeah, there's one, isn't there? Just 844. 854.
Man, my S meter is like, what is going on? Dude, my S meter is like maxed out. Well, it's like 3/9. It's in the red because there's so many strong signals.
All right, Joseph, I'm calling you.
Okay.
Does anybody see me calling?
Yeah.
I got it set up so I can respond if I need to. I don't see you. I see nobody from Florida.
Well, my problem is on this band, I can only go to about 50 watts. So but it's also I got good performance on this band normally.
50 hertz high.
I got Germany, Venezuela.
CW.
See, I never listen. I only let the waterfall do the talking.
Yeah, I don't ever listen either. I always do
No.
the waterfall.
Well,
To
what
me,
good is
it's a
listening
very
to it
annoying
anyway?
sound.
Yeah, what
Well,
good is listening to it anyway?
I got a new country for me, Norway. I've never worked Norway on 20 meters.
Are you working LA6VQ?
I'm trying, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
JT20.
We'll see which one of us gets him.
I got him.
Oh, he answered you, the bastard.
Us Europeans stick
Bloody
together. You know?
bastard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and call CQ here.
I got him. I'm finished. He's yours now. You
That's
can have
what's great
sloppy.
about FT4, man. It's fast.
You can have sloppy seconds.
I'll take seconds just to get some. Hey, you know what? Sloppy seconds still goes home with a smile.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got my seconds.
There you go. Well, there's an Echo Lima 86. So where's that? 8? Oh, an Echo Lima 9.
Somebody calling me here. Didn't notice that. Making a contact with K3UA.
I love FT4 because it's so fast.
Yeah, it's really
You
fast.
guys noticed it's 7.5 seconds instead of 15. And it's fast. When you do an FT4 contest, it's really fast, dude. It's wham, wham. It's wham, bam, thank you, ham.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You could start a whole new logbook, couldn't you? A logbook just for...
Well, and FT8's a different mode, so it all counts like a fresh band.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, new mode, new band, either way.
Yeah, I got WW8L. I'm guessing that's the Pota one. I don't know where he is. Delta November 85. That'll be South Dakota.
I got Venezuela.
Hey, I see KO4EFS YY2CMR. I'm trying to do YY2CMR.
Well, you might see him calling me.
Joseph, I saw you talking to K3UA.
I just worked YY2CMR.
Yeah.
And I'll just call in KM40VZ.
Still not seeing anybody from Florida pop up yet, but I do see some nearby.
I'm still missing some stuff here.
I'm calling you on 1990.
I'm calling you as well, Joseph. You're just a popular dude tonight, man.
Yeah, he's the only one that's DX. All the rest of us are all local.
I'm hoping Dallas would be in.
Yeah, we haven't seen Dallas tonight, have we?
Can't see Alex at all.
Didn't
Yeah,
he say
what else
something
then?
last week about he had something to do?
Yeah, I think he
Oh,
had something he
yeah,
had
he
to do
did.
tonight.
Well, I'm getting nothing from you, Joseph. Can you see me at all?
No, I cannot.
I could see you when you were working YY2 CMR. He gave you a
You're
minus
probably
12.
seeing his response to me.
No, it's on the other side of the
Well, wait, am I
street.
transmitting over you? What are you on? Even? Are you on even?
Yeah. Well, I tried even on odds.
Well, I'm
Did both.
my even first is unchecked, so I guess I'm on odds right now.
Well, I'm on even first.
So if I just monitor for a second.
But when you're monitoring, you're actually monitoring both, and then when you click
Yeah.
on one, it'll change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear you either. Anybody from Florida right now?
Well, if there's a POTUS station, I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab.
Yeah, I've worked him.
Ooh,
WW8L.
8L.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've worked him.
he's got a. Oh my God, he's got a pedophile van for his picture. That's funny.
That's why I wondered if he was a school or scouts or something.
See if I can get him.
See how quick that is? Done.
Yeah, it's like boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
Wham bam, thank you, ham.
Yeah.
Oh, he answered you. You just okay. You were Ian worked W8
Well, he only
WW8L.
talked to me because Dave wasn't on band. If Dave's on band, he talked to me.
yeah, he talked to me first. Yeah, but
Yes, I
can't-
got him.
I can't see him. Yeah, I've got him, but I can't see him. I can see him, but I can't see him talking to any of you guys.
I've just worked him.
So I'm going to try that YY2 CMR guy. Where was that? I'll
Got
finish
him.
later.
If you were really good at FT8, you could pick up your mic and just go, woo, 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 woo.
Oh, I'm sure there's somebody practicing that.
There probably is.
I'm sure there is. You know.
You could
like-
do it. It's possible. You could do it.
Yeah, because it's in the audio spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You can memorize like your call sign or something.
The question is, can he decode it? Now, that would be interesting.
Ooh, that's even harder.
That'd be different, wouldn't it? Well, I guess you can practice by just talking to your radio through the microphone, making the noises.
Just sit here with a mic. Just sit here with the mic into WSJTX until you get some kind of decode.
Yeah.
And I will tell you something else that's weird. If you listen to it for a while, it gets really whiny sounding. It almost like sounds like your wife after a while. It just gets, it's like, I'm like,
Well, when I heard it for the
Right.
first time, when I heard that FT8 noise for the first time, I thought it was the creepiest sound I've ever heard on the
It is
radio.
weird. It is weird. I'll give you that. It's
Sound like
weird.
wailing ghosts or something.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
You
frequency keyed shifting, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not what we're used to.
Oh, there's Germany. I'm gonna grab.
Oh,
Germany.
yeah,
I know-
DR5
I know-
NAV. Yeah, I'm going for him as well. Let's see him
I know
going.
when the
If I get him
PL
first
tones
again.
We're gonna
first came
compete
out
on who can get people first.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we'll
know-
do.
Man
I
of
know when the
Wailer.
PL tones first came out on the repeaters, it was great sport to pick up the microphone and hum the right frequency to get the repeater to come out.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, they do that in the UK all the time. For, you know, 1475 or 1745 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's great that Joseph got
They
an old
whistle 'em
radio.
up.
Joseph got an old radio that didn't have PL tones.
Oh, so he
puts-
whistled it
He
up.
puts a jack in the side, hooks it up to his phone, and he puts a frequency generator on his phone.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bingo!
That
You
worked.
can whistle them up though. You can.
But it's hard to talk while you're whistling.
Yeah.
Well, no,
can't
you
really-
you don't have to have it. You only have to have it at the beginning of the QSO. You don't need it all the time.
Yes, you do.
I thought you
You-
did.
It's not a tone burst. It's a continuous. That's what CTCSS mean. Continuous tone encoded squelch or something like that. Continuous.
I thought you only
tone-
needed it to break the squelch, and once the squelch was broken,
No, it's
it would
gotta
hold
be-
open.
it's gotta stay
Nah,
up.
it used to be like that. You would have a tone burst, but
I
that's
was gonna
different
say
from
it's-
CTCSS.
Some of the old ones probably still that way, but yeah, the ones here, the moment that tone's lost, it drops.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
Ah,
continuous thing, but
Yeah.
I'm
You
sure
would
there are
have,
both of them out there, both ways.
you'd have to talk in monotone to keep that thing up.
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
Talk at exactly.
Well, if you can whistle the tone and talk into the repeater, you are more of a ham than I'll ever be. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't think there's anyone practicing that.
No, because it takes two mouths right off the bat. Now I know some people talk out of two holes, but
It's pretty good.
No, I was going to go there, but I'm not. I decided against it.
I've probably already been there. I've got the T-shirt.
Trying to find the resonant frequency of your ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
There you go. There
dear.
you go. Yeah. Also, you got to find the right offset. Oh
Yeah,
man.
don't clench. Yeah. Oh, Runaway TX Watchdog. Wow.
And the last thing you want is a bunch of dirty frequencies.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my Runaway TX Watchdog. I've never had that one up before.
Well, I got mine set for 4 cycles, so it's very reactive because
Yeah,
I
but I don't know what it is on FT4. I've
I'm
never
gonna be
run.
honest. Sometimes I get busy, and I'm working on this, and I get busy, and I don't
Yeah.
want it to sit there and call somebody 12 times because I got distracted.
Yeah.
So 4 times, and then it takes me to go back over and hit it again.
Are you on FT4 or FT8?
I'm still on 4.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
FT8 is so busy, we're gonna have a real hard time getting each other on there. If we can't see each other on here, we're certainly not gonna see each other on there because the QRM is really bad. There's like a lot of people on there everywhere. There's no clear parking spaces.
Well, as much fun as this is, I'm going to have to go because I've got to get up at the crack of dawn this morning and go to the farmer's market. So,
What's her name, Dawn?
yeah. No.
I was just wondering. No big deal.
Does she go?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
All
I go. Yeah, if I'm
well,
not in bed by-
I've worked YY2 CMR in Venezuela, and I also did somebody out of Canada, and I did somebody out of it just says EU, but I don't remember where that exactly was. Oh wait, here we go. Germany. So I made a couple interesting contacts tonight.
It's weird
Yeah.
because like Western Germany will come up, or Western Europe will come up as Europe. Eastern Europe, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure most of Eastern Europe comes up as EU. And I really, and I also am not exactly sure why part of Russia comes up as Russia, and part of Russia comes up as EU Russia, and part of Russia comes up as Asiatic Russia. So
That's a
I'm still
big
kind of
country and
learning
it's
all
spread
that, how
across.
it works.
Yeah. Well, the EU is the EU. So, like Switzerland, Austria, Finland, and stuff like that, they wouldn't come up as EU. They would come up as, I don't know what they should come up because they're
Oh,
not
well,
part
maybe
of.
that's for European Union, isn't it?
Yes.
EU.
Yeah.
Ah, so the ones that just say Europe are probably the European countries
European
that are not
ones,
in
yeah.
the
So
EU.
I don't know
That
what.
explains it.
Yeah, there you go.
Makes sense.
And then
That's
Russia's
so
the
cool.
same because Russia's got 3 major time zones. It's got a few more. Well, you know, we were talking about time zones last week, and
Yep.
then Marco Rubio got it through the
Yep.
Senate, didn't he? So he's still got to get it through the House of Representatives. But
Yeah, and he got it unanimously past the Senate, which nothing. I mean, the only time they can unanimously agree on something is when they're naming a post office.
yeah,
So I really,
it's true.
yeah, and I'm actually being serious about that. So I don't know. I think it might pass. We have to see if the Wicked Witch will pick it up. and maybe she will if she gets off her broom long enough. But
Gets out
Well,
of
if
her
she can get the
bottle
broom
on that,
started.
she's
Yeah.
drunk.
every time she comes out, they should play that Wizard of Oz music. Da, 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 da. Here comes the witch. Anyway, I don't know. I, I think that it probably will, but here's the thing: they're talking about making daylight savings time the new standard time for the entire standard Eastern time zone.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's the way to do it.
Okay, I don't agree. And I'll tell you why. Um, we
I
have
was
now
frightened you
taken
might do that.
well. I am all for standardizing the time. I think switching the time back and forth is one of the more ignorant things that humans has ever done to themselves.
Utterly stupid.
It is utterly stupid. It was done for one reason and said they did it for another. It was all a big lie. It's a bunch of BS like everything else the government's ever done. And you know what really gets me about it is that, but now, instead of fixing it and just putting everybody back on standard time like we should, they decided they're going to put everybody on a new time. So we're all going to not standard time, but daylight savings time, which means in the morning, we used to have high schoolers standing out in the dark for 3 hours. Now we will have our elementary school students standing out in the pitch dark for 3 months out of every year at their bus stop in the morning. And the school districts, in their infinite wisdom, which I don't know how can we consistently vote in idiots like we do with these school
It's a
boards? I
good
don't know.
Well,
question.
I'm going to tell you something now. Who do you think decides the school year, the day they start and the time they start?
Okay, I know the dates. The dates are mandated. They do have several weeks of leeway in the dates. As far as the times, they have to do so many hours a day, but there is leeway to when it starts and ends.
Yeah, but who decides on that?
I believe each school board, because each county has different start times and different first and last days.
Yeah.
So that tells me it's not something that's standardized with the state.
No, the person or the people that decide the start of the school is the school bus company. They
What?
decide. Yeah, that's absolutely true. In our development, in our school district up in Pennsylvania, we had Rick's buses. They're actually a British company, but they own a phenomenal number of school bus companies throughout the whole US.
Right.
They came to our school districts as we ran our own buses. They came to us and they offered us a really good deal. It was like 60% of what it was costing us. So everybody jumped on the bandwagon and took it. And they took it. They saw the end of the year. At the end of the year, they said, okay, because we used to run all our school buses more or less at the same time. And they said, okay, high school's going to start at 7, middle school's going to start at 8, and junior school's going to start at 9.
Right.
And that messed an awful lot of people around because there was a lot of people who were commuting to Philly or New Jersey and up into New York. So being able to drop all your kids off at the same time was, and all our schools there are one campus. They're one campus with the 3 schools on different streets that surround the campus, but they're all in one area. So you can drop them off real quick.
It's vastly different there.
Yeah, than it is here, yeah. But the theory and the practicality of it all is exactly the same. And they won. The board couldn't do anything about it. It's the school buses. The school bus company decides what times the schools start and finish.
Okay, and it's not like that here at all. The school.
No, it's the same. It's the transport people
not.
decide.
It's not the same. The transportation here is run directly by the board, the same board that runs.
Yeah, but it's the manager of that department decides the school start and finish time.
I actually been doing reporting on this. I know for a fact the school boards have the ability to set their own start and end times. Now, they have to do that based on if their bus system is going to be able to manage it.
Yeah.
I believe in 3 separate start times. You have to do that. Most places around the country have slowly switched to the 3 different start times because it doesn't make sense to own 1,000 buses when we can get the job done with 350.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to hire somebody for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening when we can hire a third the amount of people and actually just give them twice as many hours, and actually the math comes out so much better. So what ends up happening is in places where it's privatized, there's a lot of control given to those private companies because they're the ones that have to make the transportation connect from one end to the other. But
Yeah.
here it's not like that here. The board see you later, Ken. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. But here the boards actually decide directly. It's their transportation system. They run the bus barn, the schools, and everything. It's all run by the same 7 people. So if their bus system can't do it, then they would have to change the bus system in order to come up and work through the new times or whatever. But what needs to happen is if we're going to go to daylight savings time, they need to move the schools everything up by 30 minutes. And that splits the difference. It's about the best we can do. But it's like when we had the little girl die over here in Cape Coral, the little girl died 1 block away from my house here in North Fort Myers, and the other girl died right over here on Durrance Road in Bayshore. We had 3 kids die in 2 years because of dark bus stops. And I'm vehemently opposed to switching to daylight savings time. And I don't even have kids. I've never had kids. I don't give a crap, but I do. I just would. Dave, I know you're not like the guy that represents his plan or anything, but I'm just saying. I have a real problem with it when Marco Rubio and people, and I'm not against Marco. Okay, Marco's fine, but I really upsets me when people come out and say, we're doing this for our tourists and people could stay on the beach longer and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, at the expense of children's lives.
Unfortunately, that's true because if you, like everything else, follow the money. Why are they doing it? Like you say, they're doing it so that the, our effective, tourist industry has got more time to spend more dollars.
Yep.
That's the truth of it,
And here's what I said on the air last week when we were discussing this. I said, here's the way I look at it, okay? We have, in the morning, we have bus stops. I got a bus stop right here that does not have a light. There's no light. There's no sidewalks. It's a 4-way stop sign, and there's not a street light. 3 of the neighbors, including me, have put up bright lights on our property, which help, but there's no street light. They've got a picnic table there that's falling apart that we're trying to find right now with our neighbors, trying to figure out how we're going to fix. It's a mess out here right now. In the afternoon, everything the children have to do in the late afternoon and early evening is all done under lights. They're practicing for band. They're having a football game. They're having a basketball game. They're doing baseball. All those things are done under lights. It doesn't matter whether it's done at starts at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter. At night, it makes not that much difference. But in the morning, that 1 hour can save lives in the morning. Yeah. So when it comes to kids, there's no other way around it. And here's the other thing. If time's such a big deal, why don't we make it daylight saving times and change the schools by an hour? Or why don't we change it to standard time and then just if you want your business open longer in the evening, just open up an hour later in the morning. This is not rocket science.
Yeah.
Everybody can change their hours. We can.
Yeah, but you nailed it when you first said so they spend longer on the beach. You nailed it first off. You can't do anything about that.
It's not longer on the beach. It's all psychological.
Well, yeah, but people don't like to get up early. That's the problem.
Okay. Again, we're dealing with mind over matter. It's a mind over matter thing. We're dealing with people. I don't get up early, but I like to stay out on the beach till 9 o'clock at night. That's just mind over matter. Just all we need to do is set the times different on everything. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. But I don't know whether because everybody thinks happy hour 4 o'clock or whatever. Dinner. It's
again, the bars can adjust to that. Hey, we have happy hour now at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be argumentative. I'm just saying that.
But that wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. That's the trouble.
But if you change happen. Under the free markets, it would happen, though. That's what I'm saying.
But it hasn't happened now, so why would it?
Well, it wouldn't happen now. It can't happen now because we're not on a standardized time. What I'm saying is if we went to a standardized time, then at that point, free markets and the government can then adjust their times to work with the new standard time that we keep year round.
But
Here's
the only
another idea.
problem,
Why
but your
can't
problem,
the schools move up an hour for 3 months and then move back an hour?
Yeah.
yeah, but
Schools
the other
could
problem
change.
is that
I
we're
know
on
that
the,
sucks, but they could change. Why does all of us have to change? Why can't just the school change?
well, the other problem is that the actual time zones are too big because we're on the left-hand side of the time
Yes,
zone,
I
but
agree.
New York is on the right-hand side of the time zone.
Right.
So actually, New York and stuff up there, it's not really a big difference, but it is here because we're really close. You know,
Right.
we're that extra 200, 300 miles or whatever it is round the.
We're in the same place in our
Yeah.
time zone in Arizona is in theirs, the extreme western part of the time zone.
Yeah, and they don't change theirs at all.
And they don't change. I think that'd be the best solution for
I
Florida.
mean, Central
too.
Time starts in Pensacola, Florida. You don't even have to leave the state to be in Central Time zone.
No,
No,
So,
it
yeah.
starts just west of Tallahassee.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's 13 states that have got split time zones.
Yeah.
You know,
I-
Kentucky,
I-
Ohio.
You guys probably won't like to hear this either. I think that the entire world should be on one time. We should all be on Greenwich Mean Time. Period.
Zulu time. Yeah.
No, because
all
that
be
means
on Zulu time.
that daylight. You
Doesn't
know,
matter.
like
It's
That's
relative
like
to
the
the
entirety
locale.
of China is one time
It's
zone.
relative to the locale. What's the difference whether I have to remember what time zone you're in and do the math on that, or I have to remember what time it gets light and dark in your area and I have to remember that? What's the difference?
well, the difference is you get up when it's daylight and you go to bed when it's night.
And you would still do that.
Except you'd be going to bed at 8. You'd be getting up at 8 o'clock at night and going to bed
Which
at
would
5
be
in the
perfectly
morning.
normal in my time zone.
If you were doing international travel, that would really screw you up.
Or would it make it easier?
Because it would screw you up. You'd take 24 hours.
No, because you take off at noon, and when you land 3 hours later, it's 3 o'clock where you land. It's very simple. All you would need to know is that, okay, their off hour times are between 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. or whatever. And first of all, we get rid of the post-meridian, anti-meridian thing. That whole AM, PM thing is ignorant. We go to military time. We put everybody on the same time all the way around the globe, and we don't switch a damn thing. That's standard time. And if we did that, then all you would need to know is, if you live in England, I would know that you get light 5 hours earlier than I do. It's no different than it is now. But I also would now know that at 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock in England, and it's 3 o'clock in Dubai. And
Yeah,
it's
but the
3
3 o'clock
in
is
Japan.
no good to you because that 3 o'clock is really 9 o'clock at night. It's
No,
the middle of the
it's
night.
not.
So it's not 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the middle of the night. 6 hours later or earlier, sorry.
If you
So
live
it
in
still
that
wouldn't.
time zone, it would not be that to you. You understand what I'm
Yes,
trying
it
to say?
would.
No, it wouldn't.
It's
It
still
would
first
not.
thing in the morning. It would be first thing in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon for you, but it's first thing in the morning for someone else.
Right, and we have that exact same thing now. I see. You understand what
No,
I'm saying?
you can calculate easily. You know, most people, like 7 o'clock in the morning is when the sun's coming up all around the world. So all you have to do is work out, what the difference is. So we all know that everyone gets up at 7. The way you're talking about is some people would get up at 7, some people would get up at 11, some people get up at 4, some people, it'd be a nightmare.
No, it wouldn't. It would.
Yes, it
actually
would.
be easier. No,
It's the
thought about
opposite.
this. I've actually thought about this for many years. This would be much, much simpler once everybody got used to it, because, first of all, everything's done by computer now. Do you know how much easier it would be if every computer in the world was set on the exact same time on the same atomic clock? I mean,
Easier for who?
For everybody. The whole Earth would be on the same time. Okay?
So-
It's like, in other words, in England, okay?
So time has got nothing to do with the way you're thinking. Then time has got nothing to do with daylight. It's got nothing to do with
No.
when noon is. But that's what controls everything. That's the only
No,
standard
it's not standard now.
Yes,
Our
it
days
is.
and nights change by 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's not standard now. It changes constantly. The time changes back and forth. The days and nights get longer and shorter. Everything's constantly in a state of flux. There is nothing standard right now. You can say that, sometime around 7 or 8 in the morning, it gets light here. and sometime around 6
And you
to
know,
8
7 or 8
9
o'clock in the morning, it gets light in California.
Right.
And then 7 and 8 in the morning, it gets light in New Zealand or Hawaii.
But
And
that
then
doesn't
7 and
tell
8 in the
you
morning,
when
it gets
that
the same.
is. If it was 1 o'clock here and it was 1 o'clock everywhere in the world, it wouldn't
Everybody would be
take-
getting up at a different part of that day.
No, not at all.
Of course they would.
Everybody would function in their time zone based on what the sun's doing in their time zone. So in other words, if your sun comes up at 2 in the morning, you get up at 2 in the morning and have breakfast. It's not 2 in the morning. It's 2 Earth time. It's 02 Earth time. And at 02 Earth time, that's what time we get up here in Fort Myers. And I got to be to work at 3 Earth time. And then I get off at 11 o'clock Earth time, and I come home and I have my dinner about 11:30.
So how do you work out what time California gets up?
They get up according to their sun whenever they want.
But we're you know,
They're 3 hours
practically-
behind us. If we get up at 3, they get up at 6. It's so simple. It makes everything easier.
it makes it way more complicated because
No, it does
nobody
not.
knows what time anybody gets up. What
Everybody
time
would
does
know
Abizuzan get up?
everybody
you know?
would know everybody would be closer to knowing everything they need to know on this plan than on the other plan.
No, I think they'd be a lot further away because everybody knows everyone gets up at 7 o'clock. So you just say,
But
okay,
7 o'clock's different everywhere you go.
that's right. No, it's 7
And 7
o'clock in the.
doesn't tell you whether it's going to be light or not, because it may be light, it may be dark.
But it's an approximate common frame of reference.
Exactly.
So what's the difference?
Well said.
What's
Well,
the difference whether the common frame of reference is on one side of the street or on the other side of the street?
No. This is what you don't understand.
You want a common reference over here, so we whack the shit out of this over here to make a common reference over here. Well, I'm talking about moving the common reference over to here and whacking the shit over here for a change, because that would actually be easier for people to figure out 10 years from now when everybody's used to it and
Well,
everything is going by
you say
standard.
that to anybody who's been in the military, and then you get them to use the 24-hour clock, and you get them to use UTC, and most
Yes.
people are
Yes.
stuck. Just like people are stuck with a system like the decimal system is way easier than anything else, but most people get totally confused by it. And it would be the same thing.
Yeah, it would. There would be a learning curve to it, and nobody wants to do it, and that's why it's never going to happen. Just like the metric system.
And there's no need for it. I don't see the need for changing something that works so well now. I don't see a problem with the
I
system.
think it works horribly now. Doesn't work well at all now. There's not a standard thing that happens between day to day. Everything's different every day.
Well, the
I
common
just-
point.
I think that we would be much better off if the entire Earth worked on the same clock. All computers worked on the same clock. All humans worked on the same clock. And then you would know, okay, I'm calling New York. They're the same time zone as me, so they'll probably get up around the same time I do. If it's California, they're 3 hours behind me. But I don't need to worry about what time it is because I know that it's 3 o'clock standard time.
No, I can't see it. You're probably the only person who, who sees any value in that at all. I would put
The more thought you put into it, the more you would understand that
because I could see, like somebody going to California, they'd have a hell of a job trying to work out what time dinner was, because it's 3 o'clock. Oh, hang on a second, it's 3 o'clock. That's, we're having dinner in.
You're really worrying about just people that travel. 98% of us are in the place where we live all the time. So, except for 1 week or 2 weeks a year when we travel. So you're only talking about inconveniencing travelers.
That figure would be a lot different. I mean, just take here where we live. Just take New York. 7 million people travel in and out of New York every week. So
and their time would be no more standard.
They
under
come
my
from
system
all
than
over
it
the
is now.
country. So I believe a lot more people travel than 2%. I would think. How many people still
Well,
live?
do you count that? Everybody that migrates from north to south stays in the same time zone, pretty much.
No, they don't. They cross
Except
over.
a
Lots
few,
of people.
A few that are in central, maybe because they're in the Midwest.
We're mostly covered by the 2 time zones. But if you look at it, like when my son was here a couple of weeks ago, we went to Sanibel and we played a game because the weather wasn't that great. We went up to the restaurant up there, and we spotted 48 different license plates for 48 different states. I think this is probably the only state that you could do that.
It
So
is.
I think a lot of people, and that would cover all three. Well, it wouldn't cover Hawaii. I don't think we saw an Hawaii plate, but we definitely saw several Alaska plates.
Now, I guess if you're counting migratory people that come and go every year, that's different.
Well, they're travelers. Everyone's
I'm talking about
travelers.
people that are on their vacation, people that are going on
Yeah.
vacation. Okay, most people are only on vacation for 2 to 5% of the time. The rest of the time, they're in their hometown. That's what I'm getting at. Most of the time, you're in your town where you live, and that's the standardization that I'm looking for is to where your time is the same every single day, no matter where you call, no matter what you do. I see it as being easier. That I hate time zones. I absolutely hate the whole calculating and figuring of time zones. It's just absolutely ignorant why a computer here has to try to figure out what time zone a computer's in another place.
Well, most of them use UTC as far as computers are shown. The same as,
Actually do, yeah.
you know,
Which proves my point exactly, because they found
that's
that
because
what
it's
works
not a
best.
real thing. It doesn't matter to a computer whether it's daylight or if it's dark.
And
But
that
you know,
proves
the
my
way,
point
our
too.
bodies work, the way we work is that you go to Japan and you get up and have breakfast when it's daylight. So
That's
basically,
right, and that would
that's-
still happen.
except it wouldn't be 7 o'clock in the morning. It would be some weird
It would
ass
be
time.
whatever time breakfast happens, local time. Yes.
Exactly. So it's not, you know, it would be more confusing. I think way more confusing.
Okay.
And I think most people would probably agree with that. But yeah, I don't know. I've never heard anyone say that. I've heard them say, you know, that sticking to one time zone is a good idea.
Which I agree with.
Yeah, I think most people would agree with that. I'd be surprised it's got this far. I would be surprised if that doesn't go. And I think probably the daylight savings time is the better time to go to because, you know, it fits in with...
Tourism over children's lives. Okay, I get it.
Well, you know, like you say, it's going to be the... I mean, I don't think you can blame... I think you blame the system for that. I mean, if they haven't got, like you say, if they can't change to fit in, if they haven't got, you know, facilities where the kids have got a lit bus stop, then that's really, you can't really blame that on the, you know, on the time zone. You can blame that on the, you know, the local borough.
No more than anybody else can blame the time zone because they didn't get enough time on the beach.
Well, they're not blaming them. They're just utilising more of the daylight hours and effectively spending more money. That they're not blaming anybody. They're just saying people will spend more time. Will there be more daylight hours in the hours that we're normally awake for them to spend money and to utilise us?
I don't understand this. It's the same number of daylight hours.
Yeah, but
It's
people
literally
don't get up early.
Humans that aren't smart enough to figure stuff out or something. It's
Yeah,
like
but
if you want another hour on the beach, just get up an hour earlier. I don't
yeah,
understand.
but people
it.
don't do it. That's what we're saying. That we're used to
Then
the
that's
system.
their problem, not our kids that are dying on the side of the road.
Well, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know.
It's not. I'll walk the camera over and show you the memorial right around the corner from
Yeah,
my house.
but the reason for that
Three
is because,
kids
like you
in
said,
1 year.
there's no sidewalks and it's not lit.
And they're not going to fix that.
Well, they should. I mean,
So,
that's about the only place that. Well, like you say, well then you know the school should start later.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly where I'm at.
Because
all I'm saying is if we're going to move to daylight savings time, then we just move the schools later. That's all. That's all I'm asking. All right, leave the whole standardizing one time zone thing. Leave that aside for a minute. Let's go back to the original discussion. I'm not even saying not to do the daylight savings time. I'm just saying if we're going to do that, we need to move the schools, and they're not willing to do that. And
Well,
since
the other
they're
thing
not
is you've got
willing
to
to do that.
No, you have to
then-
move the schools here, but you wouldn't move the schools in New York because they're already almost an hour ahead of us anyway. So
You wouldn't
that-
need to maybe move them there.
no, but here maybe you should.
Right.
And then, but
Exactly.
then you would have to do an odd thing. But like you got the crossovers anyway. So, what you say when you get the other side of Tallahassee, it's going to be worse. So you'd have to move it there. But
Well, that's why I believe in state control and I believe in local control. And I believe that school start times, like they are now, should be dictated by each county's, what they need to do for their county. And that's based on where they fall in that time zone. Like you said, we're over on the left side of it. It's very different than the people over on the right side of that same time zone. You're talking almost what about between us and New York? You're talking about like 45 minutes difference in the sun cycle.
Yeah, it's close to
They're
an
on
hour.
that
Yeah.
side of the time zone, and we're
Yeah,
on
when you
this
get
side.
up to
Yeah,
Maine and
exactly.
you get over that even further, it's almost well, it's based on two. Yeah, if you look at the grid squares, because that's the closest thing we've got. Yeah, it's almost a full 2 degrees, which is what they set the clocks on.
Right.
I'm guessing the grid squares don't start at Greenwich Mean Time, do they?
I
Yes,
don't
it
know where
appears
they.
that they do. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The 00
Zero.
runs through Greenwich.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so basically the time zones are based on 2 degrees.
Approximately.
24. I think they're based on 2 degrees.
I just have such a big problem with non-standardization. I don't know why. Always been big on standardizing.
Well, it made a lot of this difference to this country when we did have standardized time. And you know when standardized time came in? When they built the railway lines.
Yeah.
That was the only time, that was the first time they
Because
actually knew.
Before it was based on the sundial. Where's the
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And was it cloudy or, did the stick bend? But, yeah, when they built the railway lines from one coast to the other, then they had
There's a need to synchronize the times.
you could synchronize the times, yeah. And I think before, I know in Europe they used to do it with beacons. They would set a beacon up, a bonfire, and you would see that, and it would then you would set your clocks to that. But we're talking about 800-900 years ago, not 200 years ago. But,
We have radio signals to take the place of those beacons.
yeah, you've got the old atomic clock, but even that they have to keep adjusting, don't they?
Yeah.
Every few years they add a microsecond to it or something.
A leap second or some crazy thing.
Yeah, some crazy thing. Okay, well that was fun, but I got to go to bed. So
I know. We're not going to fix anything on here tonight about that. It would be nice if they do. I would rather they standardize it one way or the other rather than leaving it the way it is.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
Basically, anything's better than the way it is.
This nonsense we have right now is just
Yeah.
nuts.
I just being the retired firefighter that worked in this area and speaking to a couple of guys that ran these calls and covering it on the media, I have a real weird soft spot about it. I don't know why.
Well, for another story and another topic,
I can literally almost see the memorial from the corner of my property here, with the one little girl that died right here.
yeah, but way worse than that, and way more accidents are caused by the asinine way they design parking lots. Half of the parking lots or more are designed so the busiest place for pedestrians and the busiest place for cars is exactly the same spot.
Yes,
And you get places like our Publix just down the road from here, where you drive down the side of the parking lot, where you could quite easily drive into the back of it, but there's no entrance. You have to drive down the side of the parking lot and in front of the store to get to a parking spot. And that is universal in this country, and I do not understand that.
If you notice, every Walmart in Lee County has a huge choke point right in the front of the store to get
right
in
in
and
front
out.
of the store. And
They
it's a
do
choke
not
point for
allow enough access to county roads on these parking lots. And like you say, in several of ours here, we've got a Home Depot that's the same way right up in Punta Gorda, where there's a perimeter road all the way around the parking lot, but the only places you can actually get into the parking lot are up by the building on both sides.
That's right.
It's stupid.
I don't know what the engineers were thinking who put that together. I used to argue that black was white all the time in our local borough up north, because it's countrywide, and it's I just don't understand it. I mean, if you go to Europe and you see, like in front of Target, they got those red bores now to stop people driving into the store, but they have those on a massive area, and all the cars come in from the back, and you have walking ways between the backs of the cars or the fronts of the cars. There is a place, I'm trying to think where it is now. I can't remember what it's called, but they're trying to make it illegal to reverse into your parking spot.
Yep, they did that at my work, even though it has been proven that backing in and pulling out is the safer way to
Far
deal with
safer.
park.
Yeah.
As long as it's a straight parking lot and not a 45 angle parking
Oh, yeah.
lot. The 45s you have to do in and out. But
Yeah.
I used to always back in, and because we had an employee that backed into somebody when they were backing in, they came out with this thing, and I'm like, well, there's studies that show that it's a lot safer to back into a spot and then emerge out into traffic where you can see than it is to back into traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same
backing
thing.
into a parking spot, you can see there's nothing in the parking spot.
Yeah.
But when you're backing into traffic, you can't see if there's cars
You
coming
can't
by.
see what's
So,
going on.
And also the cars are going in both directions.
yes.
But, you know, that's for another day. Some of these things send me crazy.
I'll tell you what,
mean-
you know what? My pet peeve is roundabouts.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, I hate that.
They are the worst thing that humans ever designed.
No,
Matter
they
of
are the
fact,
absolute best.
we have segments on our show about how freaking stupid these goddamn things are, and how we fought one and won, but we've lost two, unfortunately.
Oh, I'll tell you, Bonita Springs, we're putting them in all the time, and they're so much quicker and they're so much safer.
How can you say that?
Well, you look at.
We had this one up here that's had 10 times more wrecks at it.
Nah,
than we
you
used to
look
have.
you look at the specs. I bet you they haven't.
I know they have. I know we have because we're actually working on a story on one right now. That's actually
Okay, well, go to Europe and you see there's practically, like England now, there's practically zero traffic lights, and the roundabouts are just so much
God,
better,
I could not.
so much faster,
in there.
and they're so much
I don't know
safer.
how people say they're faster when every time I pull up to a roundabout, it's a big freaking mess to get through it. I don't.
No,
I don't
that's
understand how they
nonsense.
say that's faster.
Hey,
How
we got
they
a
say
roundabout
that's
here
faster.
that's great.
Yeah, and us. Yeah, we got loads of them in Bonita Springs.
Roundabouts are disgusting. We're
Yeah,
just so you know.
Absolutely
so
the
you know,
best.
there's a lot of people in Lee County here that are fighting these things and trying to.
And they're losing because they
No,
know.
they're not. They're not.
They are.
They
They
are
are.
not as safe as you're saying they are.
Oh, they are.
And these double lane ones are
Yeah.
causing so many crashes that they've
No.
already got two of them here that they've taken the double lane out and made it a single lane because it's so goddamn confusing when you pull up to one of these things and there's two lanes and the markings on the pavement show squiggly lines going around circles, and it's like I have no idea. Now I am a professional driver. I was a cop for I was a fireman for 17 years. I was a cop for 10. I pull up to these things, and to this day, I'm not sure which lane I'm supposed to be in, and neither does anybody else going through it. Because
No, I
they're
got a feeling
always
that's a reflection on
backing
you,
into
not on the
people and
roundabout.
hitting- No, it's not just me that has this problem. trust
Okay,
me.
well, you
Why are
go
so many people fighting against these damn things if they're so
because
good?
it's changed. People don't like change.
No, it has to do. It has
If you
to
go
do
to Europe and you see the amount of traffic lights and how quick they are, if you go to Ontario where they put in 200,
Ontario
the average-
and England are two places I would not use as examples of good traffic.
well, but in Ontario, the actual average trip took people 20 minutes less, and the accident rate went down by 20%
No way.
within a month.
There's no way.
You know?
There's
Yeah.
always a line to get into these things. I don't know how it can be faster when you have a traffic light on a primary road. That traffic light can stay green for that primary road for 3 out of the 4 minutes on the cycle. So
Right, okay, I'll tell you two reasons
you're
why.
providing
The
people
green
the
light-
ability to move.
Yep, the green light never gets any greener, and roundabouts don't break down.
And the roundabout
and traffic
never
lights do.
moves the traffic at the same speed as a green light would.
Yeah, absolutely. You're stopped for
They're
4
always a
cycles.
choke point. They're always a choke point. You're on a 50-mile-an-hour road. You have to slow down to 25 or 30 miles an hour if there's not already people lined up trying to get into that damn thing, which there always is. And you pull up to the roundabout. You don't know which lane.
So
to be
you're
in.
on a 50-mile-an-hour road. You have to pull up and stop, and you have to wait for 3 cycles with nobody on those cycles. and then you can go. Do you tell
Not
me how
true at
that's
all.
quicker?
Lee County uses all smart lights. All of our lights are on triggers.
No, none of them are.
They all trick.
Go to the fire
Incorrect.
station. Go to the fire station on Bonita Beach Road. Those lights are not synchronized. Go to the 75 and Bonita Beach Road. Those lights are not synchronized.
75 on Bonita Beach Road is the state, but under my understanding, all the ones along the interstate are all synchronized as well.
Okay, but they're not synchronized. No,
synchronized
if you
is
go
not the
to
right
41.
word. Synchronized is not the right word. That's not the. I didn't use that word. Synchronized is not the word I'm looking for. They are not on timers. They're on triggers. Okay, I've studied these traffic lights. There's optical and there's road annunciators. There's two different kinds of traffic light systems. I've studied these things. Okay, and I'm telling you, when I was on the committee that used to do the traffic studies with the fire department for years. Okay, on these traffic studies, and I'm just the problem you have with this is you've got people that you've got 6 lanes moving in a single direction, 3 this way and 3 this way. Then they rip all that out and they put in this double lane roundabout thing in there. Now I have to slow down to go into it. Nobody knows how to use it. It's a big mess.
You got nobody racing to beat the orange light because, like you say, everybody slows down.
No,
everybody goes
everybody's
at a reasonable pace.
Now,
Everybody goes down.
Instead of 75% of the people making it through the green light and not being inconvenienced, now we all have to slow down to less than half the speed limit. If it's flowing, a lot of times it's not. If it's flowing, you have to slow way down to get to that.
Yeah, okay. Well, what did they do in
Washington? Take a chance on a traffic light than deal with something that's going to slow me down and screw me up every single day of my commute.
Yeah, well, that's what they did with Washington, D.C. With Washington, D.C., with the Beltway, in the busy times, they slowed the speed down and everybody ended up going faster because the traffic didn't come to a stop.
You believe that?
You go slower and you get better. You can.
The government loves to say stuff. You understand?
It's not the government that's saying it.
All these traffic studies that the government does is all bullshit. You know that, right?
Well, come down here, sit on Bonita Beach Road and watch. And you see how quickly the cars go through. Against a bit further along, another mile along the road, how long it...
2-lane road, 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. That's not what I'm talking
45, about. But even so. But you go a mile down the road and watch the traffic lights and see how fast they go through there.
But the next 3 days, I go right through that traffic light. It's only 1 out of 4 days I have to stop there.
No,
that
you
damn
have to stop a lot.
Inconvenience me every single time I go to work. If I have to go through 7 roundabouts going to work, it's going to take 10 more minutes. We're stopping at 1 light or 2 lights.
Because you're moving all the time. You're not stopped.
No, that's...
You're moving most of the time.
No.
They're way better. They're way better. And it's been proven worldwide. It's not just here. It's, all over the world.
I don't know how you can say something's proven worldwide. I mean, that's a very...
It's just a simple matter about the amount that they've tore out and tore lights out and replaced with roundabouts. In countries that have got far denser cars than we have, they're a little bit quicker. But
there's actually some cases where they've taken them out and put the lights back in too.
Yeah, but that's only because, people who don't, they think they're bad and they've never proven to be it. They've never proven to be bad.
They are bad. When you have elderly drivers trying to navigate through these things, and pedestrians trying to walk across them, and it's just it's so confusing compared to a square intersection where people are used to that. They pull up there. There's the light. The people can cross. It's safe. When you have a roundabout, you still have to put a light there so people can cross as a pedestrian.
No, you don't. Not in Bonita Springs. In the center of Bonita Springs is a roundabout that's always busy and nobody ever gets hit. There's a pedestrian crossing on each road, 4 roads. If I
did a study there, I bet I could find crashes there.
Go for it. I'd even pay for it.
Because I guarantee there is. Because anywhere there's unprotected crossings of pedestrians, there's accidents. Anywhere. And with a roundabout, unlike a traffic light, you no longer have a safe environment for pedestrians to cross the road.
Still talking about roundabouts?
We're still talking about the feature known as roundabout.
Hey, I got to go to bed.
Diverging diamond interchange at 75 and Colonial.
That is 10 times. I will tell you that the diverging diamond is 10 times more ignorant than any roundabout I've ever seen. That diverging diamond is goddamn ignorant. There's just no 2 ways around it. There's no 2 ways around it. It's just ignorant. And whoever came up with that should be smacked. And it's going to cost us, I guarantee within 10 years, they'll put it back the way it was. You want to bet? Because now
Sure.
everybody east and westbound has to stop at 2 lights instead of 1.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now you pull up and you have to cross over. They're going to make everybody cross. And then on the other side of the intersection, they're going to make everybody cross back. Both crossings involve a traffic light.
They definitely made
Okay.
you cross.
So what happens is when you pull up, do you guys not want to talk about it? I'll just shut it off.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
I can tell you where there's 2 or 3 diverging diamond interchanges in Atlanta. And I don't know how they've been